did it. All right, we'll see if anyone's gonna join in. And I will edit this, I think. I think I can edit it so that you don't have to see all of this beginning stuff. Let me... I'll give it a few minutes. Let's see. Here we are. Okay, I might be able to see. Try to figure this out. We'll see. Oh, someone said hello. Hi. Hello. So you're my first chat. So this is the first time I've ever done a live stream. It's weird. I have my laptop over here because I can't figure out how to see the chats on my mobile. I'm trying. Is what it is, doing what I can do. But hello and welcome. So I can at least see the chat on my laptop. So if I look over this way, it's just, that's what I'm doing. Awesome. So what I can do is just get started. How am I doing? I'm doing okay. I had actually a really big family Christmas party at my house this Saturday. And so I had my entire family over and it was really fun and really, it was great. We had a great time. But now it's like all the after party stuff, you know, cleaning up and everything. And now I'm having a whole bunch of teenagers actually over on Wednesday for my friends, my kids' friends are doing a, what we do is a dollar store Yankee swap for their friend group. So we're gonna do that. So it's been kind of busy here, but doing all right. All right, so I had people email me questions, DM me questions on Instagram, and community post questions too. So, oh, I have another hi. Hi. So again, just to explain, I do have my laptop over here. So if I look that way, I'm just looking at the chat. It's a little easy for me to see. All right, but so I guess what I can do is I will just go through, I printed out some of the questions. I will just go through them. And as I see other questions pop up, if I'm able to catch them, I will get them. If I miss it, I apologize. I will do my best to answer them in the comments afterwards. And I will do my best to watch this later, tomorrow or whatever, and put timestamps in as to where there are different questions so that it's easier for you to find your question if you sent me one and you're looking for your question. Okay, I should ask, obviously I think everyone can hear me, okay? Yes, I think so. I have some chats, it's so nice to see you all here. All right, so let's see, let's start with, I'll just do the email ones that I have. So I had an email from, thank you, hi, from Peter, okay? So Peter sent me actually a very long email, lots of stuff in it, but I'm just gonna go over his question that he had. So Peter had said he's watching my channel for a long time, okay, whatever. He said, I find your videos helpful, but you never tell us what the conclusion is. What am I supposed to use? What am I supposed to buy? So Peter, if you're on here, this one's for you or for anyone else who's curious about this sort of thing. So I like to give you guys results. I'm not interested in telling you what to buy. I don't want to be making all these brand deals and being like, oh, you should only buy this so I can make extra money on it. That's not what I'm about at all. I want to give you the results and you can choose what you do with it. So that is correct, Peter. I am not going to tell you exactly what to use, but I'm just going to show you what the results are, okay? All right, let's see. Here we are, let's see. Stephanie emailed me and she says she's been subscribed for a few years, enjoys my content, thank you. She hopes my family members recovering. They are doing really well, I will say that. My family member is doing much, much better. I still need to travel down out of state like every other week now. And now I also have to travel out of state for one of my kids. They're gonna have to have a surgery down in Massachusetts. And so we have a lot of pre-op stuff and CT scans is a whole thing, but they are doing well. They are recovering well. So thank you, Stephanie. So her question isn't about cleaning products, but about me. She says, what do you like to do in your spare time when you find time? Okay, so like I said, life's been busy. So this year, not as much fun stuff as other years, but that's okay. In the summer, I like vegetable gardening. I'm not the best at it, but I like doing it. It's something I do enjoy doing. One thing that I really like, and I don't think anyone would probably ever guess it, but I really like pro wrestling. And I'm sure that's probably people are gonna be like, what? Yes, I do. I like pro wrestling. I always have since I was a kid. So I enjoy going to, there's a local pro wrestling club here. It's called Limitless Wrestling. And so I really enjoy going to the Limitless Wrestling matches and taking my kids, taking my boys. It's really fun. It is a great way to escape, right? And just have fun. But that is definitely one thing that I really like to do. And what else would you say? Oh, my spare time. So I like to plan vacations even if I'm not going on vacation. Do you ever do that? Like you look at a place, you're like, oh, I want to take the kids here. I want to go here, and you start looking at hotels. Like I do that. I actually do that. And right now, a lot of my spare time is taking care of a family member. So more spare time later on, but that's basically what I do in my spare time. All right, let's see. Zoe emailed me, and Zoe said, what are the worst comments that you have gotten, or the ones that are the most annoying? Tell us about sponsorships. Do you reach out to them, and how much do you get paid? Okay, so there's a couple of different questions there. All right, so let's see. Worst comments that I've gotten, or the most annoying. You probably wouldn't. This is social media, right? I know there's all types of people that comment things. It's incredible. It sometimes it really does surprise me. I put my comments on YouTube has a feature when you setting up a video. I put my comments on strict moderation, meaning YouTube does its best, I'm sure it's using AI, to filter out anything that is it deems to be inappropriate or spam. That helps a lot. So every once in a while though, I'll check out those held messages. Whew! Some of those comments are bizarre. I will say the ones that are the worst are the ones who just are so hypercritical of everything, and they have, it almost sounds like they're having a conversation in their own heads, and then they start like texting and commenting about something that I don't even know what they're talking about. So those are kind of annoying. I do my best to read every single, hi Patty. I do my best to read every single comment that I get. I do get a little lost in the ones if you're replying to someone else. I don't always see those all the time, but I do my best to read every single one. I can't reply to every single one. Lately, it's just been time constraint, but I do read every single one. And yeah, some are annoying. All right, so tell us about sponsorships. Her Zoe's next question was, tell us about sponsorships. Do you reach out to them, and how much do you get paid? Okay. Sponsorships are interesting. I've never reached out to any company. I don't reach out to anyone. They all reach out to me. I'm really picky with the companies that I will do business with. Very picky. I get about 10 to 50 sponsorship emails a week. Most of them are irrelevant to what I do, okay? A lot of them are beauty products. I don't really, I'm not a makeup person. Jewelry, I have a lot of those, a lot of jewelry, clothing. Not into that, not my gig, not what I do. Just not what I do. Then there'll be things like house decor, throw rugs, lamps, and things that are completely irrelevant. So I look at them really quick in my email, and it's so fast. It's so easy to be like, nope, I'm not even gonna respond to you, I also don't often take them seriously unless they are personal to me. So if somebody, if a sponsor or a company that wants me to make a video for them says something like, what's that? Oh, I got a green thing on my screen. I'm gonna look at my computer. Oh, that Grinch, you just sent me $5. You've emailed me a few times. You've always been so kind to reply. Oh, thank you so much. That was very sweet of you. That's very sweet of you. I didn't even know you could do that on here. I'm learning the best I can here. That's very sweet. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I love doing this. I absolutely love doing this. Anyway, so the sponsorships, when they email me and say something like, hey, I watched your Lysol video and we have a product that is. Okay, then like, okay, I know they actually watch our video. It's not just like a spam, like, you might, oh, can I heart it? Oh, I think I can heart your thing. I did. I know it's not like a spam, like a mass mailing out to everybody. Or they say, oh, I watched your Aerobros robot vacuum. I have a robot vacuum that I want you to test out, stuff like that. So I pay attention a little bit more deep to those sponsorships. So I'll read those through, I'll click on the link, I'll check out the product, I'll see if it's something that I'm willing to do, and if I think it's something that I have the time to do. If it is, then I send them an email in reply, because usually they want to know what my terms are. Sometimes they'll come back, these ones I almost never reply to. They were like, we'll pay you $21.10. I'm like, I don't know what this is our budget. Okay, well, great, yay. That's not, I don't even like playing those games. I'm not even getting into that. Or the ones that say, I have to purchase the product myself, and then they'll reimburse me on PayPal. Nope, not gonna do that. But for the ones that do have a product I think are very relevant to my channel, a cleaning product, a tool, I'll look into them a little deeper. And then I send them, and I actually have it on my computer screen here so I can read it to you. I send them my terms of agreement. And this is gonna tell you, I think, it'll give you guys a better idea of the companies that I do choose are usually pretty good people, okay? Pretty good companies. So I email them back, I say, I'm interested in testing XYZ product, whatever it is, for your YouTube channel. This is literally what I write to them. When I make a YouTube video, review video, this is what I include. Unboxing and explaining the contents, reviewing the manual, show the setup of the product, testing of the product and highlighting important features, cleaning and maintenance of the product, and then my opinion of the product. Then I write, oftentimes these videos are about 10 to 25 minutes long to fully show everything about the product. It's usually, sometimes they're 8, roughly. But then these are my big terms. I say, I do not allow anyone to edit my videos. I lose a lot of people on this one. I will not read a script, but I will highlight important phrases that you use to describe your products. I'm fine with that. If they say we have the, I don't know, flim-flam technology, I want to use the words that they use, but I will not read a script. You will, no, I will not do it. And I do give my honest feedback, which will include highlighting pros and cons, likes and dislikes. I review it on, usually release them on a Wednesday morning. I do not allow companies to review my videos before the public does. So you see it when they see it. However, if I have a problem with the product, I always will email them and troubleshoot it with them first. And I did have a problem with one. So for those sorts of sponsored videos, you just know that these companies have agreed to that. There are a lot of companies at that moment where I send them that terms, and then all of a sudden they're like, no, we need to edit your video. Nope, you're not editing my video. Not gonna happen. Or, well, we have a script already ready for you. Not gonna do it. And then sometimes they'll come back with extra money. And I usually say, I'm sorry, I should preface this. I say, all I want is just the product for free. I don't want to be paid to say stuff. It's not gonna happen. Just give me the product now. I might change my mind. I might start charging a fee just because my time is a little sensitive right now. I don't really know what to do with that quite yet. So just give me the product. But then they start negotiating sometimes back with me, saying things like, well, if we give you $500, we read our script. If you can guarantee us that you'll get 10,000 views in the first day, we'll give you. And I'm like, nope, done. I'm done. Those are my terms. End of story. There is one company. Actually, I'll tell you about the Aerobros. So I don't know if you remember the robot vacuum cleaner I did, the Aerobros. It was giving me an error and I couldn't quite figure it out. And their manual was written, the translation to English was a little rough. So I was like, I think I'm gonna help you rewrite your manual. So I was like, just rewriting some part for them. I was like, you might wanna change this line to this. This wording is strange, just kind of help them out. They seem like really good people. They were going back and forth with me quite a bit. And I had an error. And I was like, I don't know what to do with this. I just want you to know. And they said, hold on, we're gonna send this to our tech guys. The tech guy emails me back. He's like, I just downloaded a new software patch, try it again. and it worked. So that was great. Like, that's a good communication. That's a good company. That's someone that was listening to my feedback. I didn't need to include in the video, oh, it failed, and then I got an error message, and then they fixed it. You know, it worked fine. It was great. They were a really pleasant company to work with. There's one, actually, do you want to know a company that has reached out to me 8 times to review one of their products? And each time, they will not agree to my terms. Oh, boy, this company, I'm telling you, let's move my computer so I can see better. Eufy vacuum cleaners, robot vacuum cleaners. It's like EUFY. They have like $1,000, $2,000 robot vacuum cleaners, and I've gotten so many like messages from them, or from, you know, it's really marketing firms usually that reach out. It's not necessarily the actual company. And anyway, so they will never agree to my terms. Never, never. They want editorial control or script, no cons. That's funny too. Sometimes it's like pros only, or one time they replied with, just tell everybody you like it and it works. So I will say the companies I do pick at least know that they have been vetted pretty tight, and I do my best to pick ones that are decent. Yes, and some people, like the CEO of the company, I think it was Life, really nice people. The hydrogen peroxide, those people were just fantastic. Going back and forth, talking with them. Sometimes they just email me just to check in and see how I'm doing. Really, really, really great company, great people. So I do try to look at those sponsorships, because like I said, I get a lot of them. And some of them are just so, I'm like, really? Why do you even waste time? But that's okay. All right, I'll move on. I have a lot of questions, sorry. I'm not used to just talking randomly for any random amount of time. All right, let's see. Janice wrote, I've seen you've done a lot of microfiber floor mops. Yes, Janice has luxury vinyl flooring, needs a new mopping system. Okay, so recently I've done, what have I done? I've done the Cedar spin mop. I've done the Shark steam mop. I've done the Joy Moop. I've done the Cedar flat mop. I've done the 2 Homeopaths. Those people were really nice too. Yeah, so I've done those. So, and I do want to make a comparison video. I think it actually would make a good review video to go over every single one, features from each one. And she did say, I think once, yeah, she's looking for one that doesn't mix the dirty water with the clean water. And so with that, hold on, we have had Eufy products, and the products have failed over 2 to 3 years on us. Oh, Zenith, are you serious? Interesting. Well, we'll see. If they ever, maybe they'll come back to me and I'll do one. We'll see. So she doesn't want the water being mixed. So that's going to eliminate your Cedar spin mop. I don't care what people say. They're like, the water doesn't mix. It does, because you're putting your dirty mop back into the water and then you're spinning it. No, that's just a no for me. I use that Cedar spin mop. My poor sister, she's not on here. She's probably not on here, but if you are, hi. We used that when we built this house. So I'm actually in the upstairs of my garage, and this is where we used to live. We lived here for like 5 years while we built our regular house. And my family actually built our house ourselves. We literally did everything in the house. It was nuts. It was a tough like 15 months, but we did it. Anyway, drywall dust and sawdust is invasive. But you know what picks it up really well is those Cedar spin mops, or the generic spin mops that I got from Amazon. They pick up those wood chips and the drywall dust, and I didn't feel guilty about throwing them away. I would hose them outside, and if I couldn't get them clean, I would just throw them away. Anyway, so Cedar spin mop, Janice, ain't it. I would not do a Shark steam mop either, right? You don't want to put steam on some vinyl. Some's okay. I'd be cautious with it. I would not do the Joy Moop, because the Joy Moop does mix the dirty water with the clean water. So that leaves you with the Cedar flat mop and the 2 Homeopaths. They're really similar. I wish I could take all 3 of those mops and kind of put things of each one in it to make it one better like mop. I think you're probably going to want to go with the Cedar. only because I feel it's a little flimsy. Okay, so hear me out. It's a little flimsy for the price, and you need way more mop heads because they never give you enough mop heads. But the spray is so hard, and it actually cleans the dirt off the mop head when you're pushing it in. The Homeopath's, the stream wasn't as strong, but the squeegee was a little bit better. So there's a little give and take both. I'd probably go with the O-Cedar just for ease and to test it out, but I do like the Homeopath ones a lot. Let's see. What else do I got here? So that was Janice. Okay. All right, let's see. JP. Jace. I got his email here. Let me see. I'm trying to like read through the emails fast. I should have highlighted all the things. Oh, degreasers. That's what it says. He's I see that you've tested a lot of efficacy for disinfecting, floor cleaning, bathroom. Okay. I didn't see any tests for degreasers though. Would you consider testing various cleaning products for their effectiveness as a degreaser? Absolutely. That's a great idea. I did do Oil Eater. That's another really good company. They were cute. When they reached out to me, they're like, we're really big fans of you, and we know that we don't do bacteria stuff. And they were commenting on a lot of my videos, and they were very familiar with the work that I did. And like, we know we're kind of outside the box a little bit of what you normally do, because they are like grease removers. But would you be interested? And I was like, yes, because I don't know how much you guys watch me or know me, but my husband does so much car work. Oh my God, grease is all over the place, okay? Oftentimes my door handles and the doors, it's like greasy handprints, grease. So yeah, so Oil Eater was one degreaser I did, not kitchen-wise, but more like mechanic work I did. And I bet there's some stuff they have, the kitchen line too, so I should look into that. I really like that company. Another degreaser I did show briefly, but it was in another video, I think it was the Zep Orange. I did that to clean my Ninja Foodie oven. That was a degreaser and it worked pretty well. And another one that I haven't highlighted yet, but I think does a really decent job, is Force of Nature. So if I'm using, let's say I have a pan and it is like greasy and I don't want all that going down my drain, I'll actually spray it with Force of Nature, and you can just watch like it all bubble, like it kind of like beads up and everything, and I just let it sit for a little bit, and then I just paper towel it and wipe it away. Works really well. So Jace, I will do my best to try to put in some more degreaser type tests. If you have any particular ideas of what I should degrease, let me know. I'm thinking pans or my stove top, but we'll see. All right, let's see. We've got an email from Skippity-Doo98. Love your videos, learned so much. How did you get started doing these tests? Did you work in a field that used petri dishes and ran tests? Keep up the good work and educating us all. Merry Christmas, happy holidays. Yes, okay. So my background, I'll tell you how I got started. Yeah, I'll just go through my whole background too, because it tells you my field. Okay, so I started doing these tests. Oh, hold on, Zenith wrote again. Let me look. Sorry, I'm old. All right, it's been something about the software. Oh, interesting. Troubleshooting customer services. Buy a new one. Buy a new one? Nope. No, you don't buy a new Oofy. Nope, sorry. All right, go back to Skibbity-Doo. How did I get started doing these tests? So, if you've seen other Q&As, you know, I homeschool my kids. So I was doing biology with my oldest when he was in high school. And I'm like making up all sorts of biology labs, had a blast doing it. And one of them I came up with was, let's test areas around the house before and after using a cleaner. And he had chosen, I think he chose Clorox wipes. I said, cool. So we'll do before and after Clorox wipes. And at that time, I had started a YouTube channel and I had done, I think, a review in the Shark Navigator. And I'd done some homeschooling videos because I really wasn't quite sure like what I was going to do. I knew I liked teaching things. I liked showing things. I liked reviewing things. But I wasn't really certain exactly what. So I was doing a lot of homeschool videos, and I don't even know if I still have those up. Anyway, and I lost my train of thought. Oh yes, why I did this. And anyway, so I'm homeschooling, then we were doing this lab. The kids thought it was hilarious. I thought it was great. And I think collectively, my 3 boys and I were like, this might make pretty cool videos. Like, what if this stuff doesn't work? Like, products say it works, you know? And it was funny. We were shocked at the Clorox like sit time, because I was like, well, let's read the directions. You have to know what to do. And I was like, dude, I just wipe. Like, I wasn't like looking 5-minute wait time. I think someone wrote that. I'm guilty of not allowing time for a product to work before wiping it off. Exactly. And so it was a new thing for us too. I was like, well, all right, let's see. Then I think the next thing I decided to bacteria test was my Bissell steam shot. Wasn't too impressed with it. It's great for sticky messes. I give you that. That Bissell steam shot's awesome. But when it comes to bacteria removal, you have to hold it, the stream, in the same spot. I did this like 4 years ago. Was it like 15 seconds or something at times? Can you imagine doing a sink? Psst, 15 seconds. Move it 2 inches, 15. That's not going to happen. So that was fun. And then from there, it just kind of rolled. So that was how I got started doing them. And did I work in a field? So, okay, so I gotta take a sip of water. So I guess I'll give you my background. I've given my background before in other Q&A videos. So in high school, I was valedictorian, big brain, in high school. And I went to WPI, Worcester Polytechnic Institute, for 2 years where I was majoring in biology. By heading into my junior year with my parents, we just could not afford that school anymore. It was just too much. They guaranteed back then, like in the 90s, I don't know what they do now, they guarantee 100% of your financial needs your first year, and then like the second year, it's like 80%. By the time my third year, it was like, it just was not enough. So I transferred to Regis College, and I got my bachelor's in biology, and I minored in English. From there, I went to Boston University for graduate school, and I got my master's degree in biology with a specialization in neurobiology. So that's the study of the brain and spinal cord. However, when I was in undergrad more than grad school, but undergrad, most certainly I taught microbiology lab. I had a great time doing that. Actually, my friend Shannon and I were like TAs for that. We had a lot of fun. So we did a lot of the prep, like making the petri dishes for the students, making the cultures, grading the papers, you know what teacher assistants do for labs. So that, and then from there, after graduate school, my hair's really fuzzy today. I worked in the biotech industry. I worked in a company that did diagnostic work for tick-borne diseases. If you live in the New England area, you know that Lyme, Babesia, Ehrlichia, they're taking over those ticks. Ticks have been bad. So I did that, and then I did HIV genotyping, which I really liked. And then I moved to Miami, and I worked at a tissue bank, and then back up to Massachusetts, and I worked at a vaccine company. So I've done all sorts of stuff like that. And then after I had my son, my husband and I decided that we were both unemployed at the time. I had just finished a contract job when I was pregnant with my oldest. And so we were just and he was unemployed at the time. And so we're like, whoever, when Charles was born, it was just like, well, whoever can get a job first will be the breadwinner, and we're pretty equal, pay-wise. And the other person will just be a stay-at-home parent. I was like, cool, that's fine. So I was pretty certain I was going to get a job like that, because I was more in the industry, and I was kind of like that. And then the baby's born. And he got a job real fast. I think I was like 2 weeks postpartum, and he's like, so got a job offer? And I was like, all right. So then I became the stay-at-home parent, and it was fine. It was fine. I love being a stay-at-home mom. It was incredible to be able to do it. We had to live tight for quite a bit on one income. Now we're doing a little bit better, but it's tight. Now that my kid's getting older, and that I'm homeschooling them, it's a different season in life. Every season is different. So being out of industry though, so my oldest is 20 and my youngest is 15. So I've been out of industry for 20 years. I'm not certain how it's going to be going back into it. So I got a couple more years of homeschooling my youngest guy. But if this does well and I keep doing well here, I may be able to make this more full-time and do a couple videos a week and really move this out. We'll see. That's a whole, I don't even think you asked that. Sorry, Skippity-Doo. I kind of went on a tangent. Hope you all don't mind going on tangents today. All right, I'll try to go quicker. All right, so Alex emailed me and he said he's watched several videos. I mentioned I don't like vinegar, full strength, the smell. I don't like the smell of vinegar. He said, have I ever tried a citric acid solution? So Alex, citric acid, I have tested products with citric acid as the active ingredient. I want to say it was the Clorox natural wipes. I'd have to look back and think, but I definitely know I've tested products with it as a active ingredient, but I have not tested citric acid separately. So again, I'll put on my viewer request list, which is like 3,000 long, but hey, it's a lot. Let's see. Oh, hold on. Someone just said, what is E. coli? E. coli is a bacteria. It's oftentimes in your gut normally, and then there's other bad strains of it too. Okay, let's see. Leanore emailed me and asked, let's see. Oh, this is an interesting one. Yeah. Leanore asked if, so she was told that products sold at dollar stores, even brand name, are made to different standards than the stuff that you buy in a regular price store. She's curious if things like Lysol wipes are different if you buy them at the dollar store or even Palmolive dish soap. Curious about the standards. So this is, I'm not an expert on this. I don't know 100% about this, but what I can tell you is that if a company, we'll just use Lysol, registers their disinfectant with the EPA, they have a registration number, and that registration number is on their products. They're not going to change the formula. Like, they can't, because it's a registered disinfectant. So what you would get in the dollar store is what you're going to get in the store. However, the place where I think they can get away with maybe diluting is if they remove their claim for disinfecting. Now I don't want to keep using Lysol as an example, but let's say, I'm not saying Lysol did this, let's say they decided they wanted to sell a cheaper version of their wipes at a dollar store. They could technically remove the word disinfecting, remove all the background of the label that says removes this, removes MRSA, removes this, removes all of those things. And then it would be cleaner and they could charge less for it. So that's tricky. I have not investigated products like that one for one to check. But if it is labeled the same and it has their like EPA registration number on it, it's gonna be the same product. If it doesn't, if the label's different, if the terms they use are different, if they don't call it a disinfectant, but they do on the one you bought at, I don't know, your grocery store has, it says removes 99.9% of bacteria, but the one the Dollar Tree doesn't, it's very possible that it is different. But I'm not 100% certain on all that, but there's something I can still look into. All right, now let's see, I've got some, now these ones are either from, whatchamacallit, Instagram DMs or community post, just comments. Okay, so American Goddess asked, they say they follow the Midwestern Magic Cleaning channel, don't know them. He uses a disinfectant concoction of 1 part 70% isopropyl alcohol, 2 parts water with some drops of Dawn. So can you test that? So that's something I can add to my viewer suggestion list. I'm just responding to you here since you did put this under the community post. It's not something that I have tested, although I will say there was a, it's one of my first videos. So like 4 years ago or longer ago, TJ emailed me about a homemade disinfectant that she used, and it was similar to that. But again, I can put in my viewer suggestion list and do my best to get to it. Hold on, but salmonella, same thing, bacteria. Bacteria, oftentimes the bad strains of it would be found in poultry, eggs, can cause bad food poisoning. All right, Debbie Hayes wrote, curious at how many times it's safe to use facial washcloths before laundering. Again, I don't know the answer to that right now because I haven't tested that, but again, I'll put it on the viewer suggestion list. Let's see, the next one is Sharon Lockwood. This was a long one. I should have highlighted the question so I could read it fast for you. Oh, my question is, what would be your overall takeaway from all the cleaning products you've tested? Does it really matter overall what the product is, or is it just about the actual cleaning? And also, it seems to me truly that it's about the heat of drying, or drying in general, that finishes off the bacteria, making things clean or safe. Okay, thoughts. All right. So overall, takeaways. Which one wants to know the takeaway? From what I've done and what I do and why I do this is that some products match their claims and some don't. And is it really worth it for us to be purchasing things that we think are doing something that in our home they're not? So for me, my overall take is not every product claim is as what it is. You know, does steak have bacteria? It can. I mean, I'm not a butcher, so I'm not 100% certain. It's just a quick question that came up. I think if I remember correctly, and I am not a food science expert at all, I think it's ground beef is the one that has the more probability of having bacterial contamination. But any meat can, you know, especially if it's not handled properly. All right, so so why does it matter? Okay, so does it matter? I think the results are what matters, not really the product claims. And about the heat. So the heat isn't the only thing that is removing bacteria. We've had Lysol laundry sanitizer and it was OxyClean sanitizer remove plenty of bacteria with those cloths coming out of the washing machine before they hit the dryer. But it was the Tide Pod and just water, because I did that too, you know, that needed the dryer to remove the bacteria. I will say the heat of the dryer seems to be really the end all. Yes, it'll do it, but not everybody has access to dry things, or people use or they hang dry things. So I did the sun test too, because I think that is actually the sun is an amazing source, right? That was fantastic. Those results from the sun in the laundry test, whew, I was so proud. So that's not heat. Because I did that on a, I think the first one I did was winter sun, or late fall. So that is something. And what else? So heat definitely does help. I mean, we've seen it help. We've seen cloths come out of my washer with bacteria on them, and then plop down into that dryer, and they come out and there's nothing on them. So the heat most certainly does help. I'd like to find some more things though that can do it without having to be dry. So for people who like hang dry things, or really hang drying would be it. Would be able to have confidence that maybe if it's important to them that all the bacteria is removed, that it is. I do have other things to test. There are a lot of variables to do with laundry. There is a lot. Was to say, what are your thoughts on cleaning meats with chlorine? Again, I'm not a food scientist, so I don't really know any of the studies for it. That's something I'd have to look into. It doesn't sound like something I would like, to be honest with you. I'm pretty lucky here where I live. There are a couple local butchers. I get a lot of very local meat. Lately it's been a little pricey, so I do end up by buying grocery store meat lately, just because it is expensive, and I have 3 teenage boys and they eat a lot, and financially it gets stuck like that. But I do try my best to actually eat pretty local fresh meat, so I don't think it's treated with chlorine. But that's something to think about, and something I can put on the old schedule to look into. All right, then we have a message from Karen Wade. Oh, this is fun. So I think some of us are wondering about a Monday to Sunday cleaning schedule. I had another thought too a few nights back. Her toilet overflowed. Okay, so she had a toilet overflow problem, and was concerned about cleaning it because of, I think she's cats, and she's interested in a cleaning schedule and what I do. Okay, so Zaragoza, hi! I think once in a while I catch someone's name I recognize. I think I recognized, was it Blueberries? I think I recognized your name too when I saw it pop up. Anyway, so let's see. Okay, so let's do the toilet overflow first. First, I'm sorry that happened. Toilet overflows are the worst. Oh my God, hate them. Yeah, we had, when we had a rental down at in between, we sold our house, but before this was built, so we had to rent. And their septic pipe in the basement overflowed because the pump for the septic. So cleaning that stuff is awful, awful, awful. So with toilet overflow, I would clean it by using, this would be wasteful moment, okay? I would say, I'm sorry, environment, but we're gonna take out the paper towels. And it wouldn't be the cheap ones. It would be the really good, you know, different. Okay, something else I actually wanted to test, tangent, sorry, is like the different quality paper towels, right? Like, is it like the Bounty versus Walmart versus Target versus Bounty, right? No, Bounty, I already said Bounty, Brawny, right? Like, that would be like fun to do. Anyway, that would be fun to do. Anyway, so I would, for overflow toilet, first it would be completely, yeah, Brawny, exactly. Be completely paper towels. Paper towels, I'd be gloved. I would have someone holding open a trash bag. I would be dumping the paper towels into the trash bag. Ugh. Yes. Then I would probably clean it with a bleach solution. Now, I know she had said you had cats. I do not have cats. I do not know exactly what they're sensitive to, but from my friends that have cats, BJ's has good paper towels. Yeah, okay, BJ's has 2 types of paper towels. I do BJ's. In one of them, not so good. The other one, yeah, it's nice. So I could do BJ's too. I could add that to the mix too. What happens when you eat raw meat? I would assume we just digest it. Again, I'm not a food scientist. There are some, sorry, tangent here, guys, cultures that eat raw meat and they're absolutely fine. I think people who are not used to it may get ill. I'm not 100% certain. I don't eat raw meat personally, so not really my expertise to talk about. So since Karen has cats, I'm not certain if the bleach is too, if cats are going to be too sensitive to a bleach. You really don't need a lot of bleach though to make a decent solution for disinfecting and sanitizing. So if I were her and I had a cat, I don't have a cat. My friends say cats are sensitive to smells. I would probably keep the cat away. I would open my bathroom window, put on my bathroom fan. I would use bleach. That's one of those times when bleach. Toilet overflow, we go for bleach. And the other question was about a cleaning schedule. Oh, I've tried. Guys, I have tried to do a cleaning schedule. I am not a schedule routine type of person. A kind of, well, I tried the Fly Lady. Remember, I did a video where I did the Fly Lady system. Well, like cats are sensitive to essential oils. Ah, okay, that's good to know too. Yeah, I don't have cats, so I don't know. The Fly Lady system, I tried. I wanted to really like it. And then, so I haven't made this video for you guys, but I started the footage of it. I paid for a couple months of Clean Mama routine. And I found it almost as overwhelming as the Fly Lady. I do not know who these routines are made for. And I know they all say the same sort of thing. Like, you can, edit it to make it fit your lifestyle. Just make sure you do these 3 things or these 5 things, or, make sure you always do this, that, and the other thing. I don't know who they're made for. My life is different every day. Now, yes, I am a stay-at-home mom. I homeschool my kids. We are at home a lot. So I get the feeling that these cleaning schedules are made for people who are home, who maybe their kids are in school, or they don't have school, or they don't have kids, and they have hours during the day to just clean. That ain't me. Don't have that. I don't. When my kids were little, I used to do, we called it Monday morning work crew. And Monday morning work crew, we did, we would just be, before we did school, I'd be like, it's Monday morning work crew. We're just going to do as much cleaning, putting things away, folding, like do whatever we can do. And that actually was good. So we took a couple hours in the morning on Monday, and, between myself and the 3 kids, I gave them each age appropriate things to do. We got stuff done. But as kids get older, school gets more. It's when I'm talking like when they're little, like we're doing like alphabet, little things. You can definitely bring that into your life more. But when it comes to older kids and we're getting more adept in schools and we're doing algebra and we're doing other, I'm not going to take away from their day to do cleaning. I end up by just doing no system, no schedule, just what I can when I can. And again, it's a season in life. Sometimes you call it survival mode, right? You do what you can when you can. And that's just kind of what I do. I have no set schedule. I've had friends ask me to make them a schedule, or just like one of my friends was like, why don't you just write down what you do during the week? And then we'll just see if you do the same thing the next week. Nothing's the same. One week you get an orthodontist appointment on Tuesday morning. The next week you've got an eye appointment on Thursday at 2. Like every week for me is different. And I don't like the idea of like, oh, I only clean my floors on Tuesday, or that doesn't work for me. It just doesn't. So I don't have a schedule. Let's see, BVArmstrong. BVArmstrong is one of my first subscribers. So BV, I love you. We have definitely talked a lot. So I'll read BV's questions. What is your personal favorite bacteria? Okay. What are some YouTube channels, podcasts, blogs that you follow in your time? And they can be related or unrelated to the work you do on this channel. All right. So these are cute questions, BB. I like these because she knows a lot about me. So to come up with these is good. All right. So favorite bacteria, I like the colorful ones. Okay. So Micrococcus luteus is very yellow, very shiny yellow. I like the way that looks. And there's another one that I really like, and Serratia marcinez. It is a pinkish red, and every once in a while, I'll get it in my bathroom toilet. It's like that pink mold, but like I don't see it, and then I swab and I get like the bright red. And I haven't showed it on the camera yet. The videos I usually do. I do a lot of my tests. You guys don't know, in either duplicate or triplicate, in several different days and weeks. It takes weeks to get one video. Let's say I'm doing Lysol wipes. Okay, so I'll make sure the house gets dirty, do the test, wait a couple of days, let it get dirty again, do it again. So it takes multiple days and weeks sometimes to get one test, because I want to make sure that I get a good before, good after. I want to make sure that things are right. Like we're not just doing this, oh, the first chance, this is it, this is what it was, So anyway, so I like that because it's got a red, pink color. Now, if you want, if everyone likes that, the next time I get a, whatchamacallit, I get a nice pink sample. I should show it so y'all can see it. They're actually really pretty. Hold on, I just saw a bunch of more questions pop up. I'm trying to look half on my computer and half here. So, sorry. Zaragoza, pandemic stay-at-home mom. No, I explained just a little bit earlier. When my oldest son was born, my husband and I decided whoever got a job next, because I had just finished a contract job and he was out of work because we had moved. We moved for my job is the thing. Whoever got a job first would go to work, and the other person would be a stay-at-home parent, and he got a job first. So I've been a stay-at-home parent for 20 years. It's very fun, exciting. What else? Are higher math techniques really required when homeschooling? Ooh, a homeschooling question. I'm gonna say yeah. So I mean, I can give you a quick for what we've done. So I've graduated one. Okay, he's 20. Okay, so when they hit like sophomore year, you gotta kind of decide: are we college track? Are we trade school track? Are we work track? Right? And I think for the most part, schools do this too. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. My high school did. Maybe, there were different tracks that kids took. So with him, he had already been trying to start his own business. And, I kind of had some talks. I was like, I want to make sure I got you college ready, right? In case you want to apply. And So we had a struggle, I think it was junior year, did not want to do algebra 2. He's like, Mom, I just don't want to do it. He wanted to take an extra botany class instead. And I was like, okay. So I had him do consumer math instead, more life skills math, business math. So that I guess you wouldn't consider a high level math, right? Consumer math, business math, accounting. Because, you know, I don't know what the right word is. I wanted to give him what he was going to use in his business, coming to balance checkbooks and the ins and the outs, right, and stuff like that. So for him, for homeschooling, I did not have him do higher level algebra 2. I told him though, if you choose to go to college in the future, before I help you apply, before just take a community college algebra class and get yourself caught up. That my second son, he's a senior right now. He's done through pre-calculus, doing pre-calculus. So for him, yeah, we've done higher level math. I mean, I've gone through college calc 2. I mean, it's not like I can't do it. We do an online program for math for the kids. I think it's good that they learn not only from mom, but from other people. They learn how to take notes in that online one. I do like for them to do that. So higher level math, I think for homeschool kids does depend on what they want to do. Now, my youngest guy, I don't know. He does math up here so fast. What's he doing now? Algebra 2 now, because he's a sophomore doing Algebra 2. So higher level for him. I guess we're already there. He'll probably do calc, I guess. But we'll see. Let's see. Someone said they're fly lady, follower and moderator. Oh, hi, Sage Fly Baby. All right, use the free app and have coached others through routine zones, week blessings. You can ask me anything. That's very kind of you. Thank you. I will keep that in mind. Appreciate that. Now, other people too. Followers, seriously, like if you're interested in Fly Lady, definitely reach out to her. Absolutely. Thank you for that. All right, let's see. What else did BV ask? She asked about my favorite bacteria. There you go. All right, and then I wrote down some of these so I wouldn't forget. So she asked what are my favorite YouTube podcast blogs that I follow and watch when I have time. Okay, so I'm kind of new to Substack. Just found that. So feeling, trying to figure out new things. And I like Sarah, the Homeopath Heals. I do like her blog. I like how she writes. I like her stories. It's just nice. I like that. For podcasts, that's blogs. For podcasts, all right, when I'm cleaning, I usually listen to Morbid. So if you like true crime that's pretty dark, and these two gals, I believe they're from Boston and maybe Providence, maybe they might live in Providence, Rhode Island now. They're hilarious. They have good banter, I think, with each other, and I like the way they tell morbid stories about true crime and serial killers. So there we go. I also, for podcasts, will listen to at night Sleep Cove and Sleep Magic, because I have a hard time falling asleep. I don't know what it is. I guess it's my age, just falling asleep, not easy. And I find those kind of sleep hypnosis tracks helpful. So those are podcasts I listen to. And then for YouTube, I like Acre Homestead. I love Ride with Ian. I actually follow him on both Instagram and YouTube. There's a local woman to me, Untamed Hearth. Really like her stuff. Go follow her. I like her stuff. She's local to me too, which is kind of cool. And like I mentioned at the very beginning, Limitless Wrestling. If you guys missed it, I really like pro wrestling. And so if I miss a local show, I will watch it on YouTube. Actually, we will all sit in the living room and watch it. The next show is in January. I think it's the 16th. I can't go to it. Well, my youngest son and I can't go to it because he has to have a surgery a little bit after that. And I don't want him being in a large crowd, and the potential of getting a flu right now would be not good for him. So in Instagram, I really like Riding with Ian, and a lot of travel. I don't even have all their names. And Fog Breaker Studios. I think he's an extremely talented artist that kind of has a slightly morbid twist on on art, and he'll take like SpongeBob and like make it kind of horror type. So Fog Breaker Studios, find him on Instagram, follow him, tell him I sent you there. Whoop whoop. And I follow some of my favorite pro wrestlers too. Okay, on Instagram and YouTube. So I know there's that. I have some messages popping up that they keep saying they're held for review. So if something you're sending is not like coming through, it's because YouTube is automatically holding it for review for potentially inappropriate content. A bunch of them are coming up, so don't know what you're saying in them because I can't see them, but I did get that message, just FYI. All right, so we have Sarah Davis CC wanted to know more about my background and why I started this. So I did explain that just a few minutes ago, so I'm going to just refer back to what I had already said, so we'll skip that. Blueberries, I saw you on here. I don't know if you're still here, but I saw you on here. Okay, you had asked coal mines, well water, I'm trying to see water. That's okay. So eventually I had 10 watt per kg. I still get orange stains over time and hard water stains, even with regular cleaning. Okay, the water etched my new clawfoot tub after a few years. And I have to figure out how to reglaze it. Yeah, reglazing. Yeah. Anyway, if you have any experience, know the best cleaners for mine water. So they live in an area with old coal mines and an etched tub. Okay, order the Bucko. I do love the Bucko. So orange mine water. I would think that would be iron. I would probably try iron out. I've used that here even. So we have well water, but it is a bit high in iron. We get our water tested, okay, because we most certainly don't want it to be at neurotoxic levels, but we do have high iron. And at times, it will leave an orangey, stain on the, the floor of the shower, the tub. So iron out, I like the powder. Seems to work really well at getting that out. However, for really, clawfoot tub, my God, the etching, I do not know how to do that, how to reglaze that at all. The hard water stains, CLR Brilliant Bath does work pretty well. I thought that worked pretty well, but you have to make sure that no matter what it is that you're using, especially if you have staining like this, you're rinsing really well, or you have very sensitive, soft type surfaces. Always want to rinse well. I'd avoid things like really gritty cleaners. Even iron out powder actually might want to get the cream then. But that's what I probably look into, and always test it in like a really small spot, just in case it makes it worse. But I feel for you there. I wish I knew more about how to help that etching. The Bucko, in my opinion, works super amazing for soap, scum, and grime. For real, spray, wait a little bit, wipe. That thing has saved my shoulder time and time again. All right, let's see. Jody J said, toothbrushes. What's the best way to store? I keep mine in a closet, in a drawer, in a little cover thing. It really dries, but I think it's safe in toilet bacteria. Okay. Also, can we clean toothbrushes in a cup of diluted bleach? I wouldn't. Or spray them with hypochlorous acid. Better. Or soak in a mouthwash. What will kill germs successfully? So I haven't done any toothbrush tests, but it is something that is on my list. So if I get like really bad sick, or the kids get really bad sick, we usually just change our toothbrush, right? Oh my God, especially if like there's any throwing up. If there's any vomit around, then you just change your toothbrush, okay? You do not need to clean it, okay? You can just get rid of it. I do know some people buy expensive like spin brushes. If the head isn't detachable, I think most of them are. I don't really know. One of my kids likes a spin brush. But it is something I haven't looked into. I used to soak mine in hydrogen peroxide for a couple hours and then rinse them once in a while. And I have sprayed them with hypochlorous acid also. But for officialness, I'm not certain. Something I can definitely look into. That might be a fun one to do. Lots of variables there. You know, bleach, I wouldn't do diluted bleach though. I just wouldn't. I just wouldn't. When there are safer options, right? And you make sure you rinse it if you're going to beyond well, like beyond well with water. That. Okay, hold on. I have some more things popping up. Let me see what I can find here. Sorry. Deanna, did you know that you can use the Branch Basics bathroom cleaner and put it in a foam sprayer and use like power wash? I did not know that. As I was not a huge fan of Branch Basics when I tested it. It's okay. But how do you get rid of musty smell? Musty smells, I haven't tested. I would probably go Odoban. That'd be my guy. And Sage Fly Lady Baby says Fly Lady has live Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. Eastern. That's good to know. That's great to know. It helps overwhelm people start cleaning. Again, I'm happy that you're here and that you're able to share that, because I cannot provide my viewers with a cleaning system because I'm just not there. Let's see. Okie dokie. So let me go back to my things here. So that was Blueberry. That was Jody. No, that was Jody. All right, here we are. Next, Pandora Victoria says, how's your family member doing? Prayers for good health and speedy recovery. How old are your kids now? Thank you very much. I do appreciate that. And I said in the beginning, my family member's doing much better. It was really a almost miraculous recovery. Almost all functions are back. It's pretty incredible, which is great. Still needs support. That's why I'm still going down and taking care of them. And like I said, now I got my son that needs to have some surgery. So it's just like, anyway. And let's see. The other question, how old are my kids now? Right now, they're 20, 17, and 15. Very soon to be 20, 18, and 16. So we have odd years and even years. And we're just about to start our even year. Let's see. Deb Brand says, I'm curious about bad stuff on fruit. Yeah. So I did that, what do you call it? That bacteria test. Oh, was it, how do you get musty smell of a towel? Yeah, I would wash it on hot detergent, OxyClean even, highest, heaviest setting you can do. Power clean, like I have a power clean cycle on mine, heavy duty, and even do it 2 or 3 times. If it's still smelling musty after like 2 times in the wash, I throw it away. Or I'll give it to my husband to use in his workshop for stuff, like sopping up stuff. But I'm just not a huge fan of keeping those around. We'll say, oh, baking soda works well for odor. Thank you. So maybe try baking soda also. Thanks a bunch for that. Yeah. All right, let's see. Where was I? Oh, pests, the fruit. All right, the stuff on fruit. So when I did the bacteria test with lettuce, a lot of people were like, I don't really care about the bacteria. Same, don't really care. But you know why I did care for that one? One of my closest friends was going through chemotherapy. And her oncologist was like, no raw vegetables. You cannot eat salad. And she was an avid salad eater. And she passed away this past February. It was awful. And so I did that test for her. She actually wanted to see. She was like, yeah, but really, Linda, is it going to be? Now, we've seen this a lot with this new towel test. Are they bad bacteria or good bacteria? And when I believe you were going through chemotherapy, I don't think it matters, right? You're wiping your immune system, you know? So a lot of people in that video were like, well, what about pesticides? And so I did do some pesticide testing, and I do have some, actually, where are they? They're actually on my desk over there. More pesticide strips. I haven't found anything in my testing here so far that was really good reportable to be like, this is the glaring one. This has a ton of pesticides on it, because I would like to find that fruit or vegetable that I can get from Walmart, Target, Shaw's, I don't care, that has a consistent, like, high pesticide amount so that I can test ways to remove it. Still searching for it, still looking for it. And it definitely is on my agenda. And I get that too. I always get curious about bad things on fruit. But I can be totally guilty of like taking a piece of fruit or vegetable and just kind of like, you know, like just rinsing it through the water real quick and be like, yeah, it's good. I don't sit and scrub everything. I just don't. I don't know. But I know for some people, like my best friend, it was very important and very critical that you follow protocol for eating those sorts of things. Let's see. Tania Wazell asks, does Thieves Cleaner disinfect? I tested that one. Thieves. I did. I tested that. Oh, my computer just went out. Why you go out? I don't know. It just did. So I lost my, chat. It'll probably come back in a minute. Anyway, but I did test Thieves. Yeah, I can, if I remember, I will try to remember to put a link to that in the description. I don't really remember the results. I think Thieves and On Guard are very similar. I've done the two of those. I don't think they did very well. I don't believe Thieves did very well. I cannot 100% remember. But most certainly not like a Lysol, Leanore, a Force of Nature at all. I think it's more a cleaner than a sanitizer or a disinfectant. All right, so Michelle Fioria says she's delighted to find my channel. Thank you. Nurse, which is good. I'm reading quick. Okay, grateful if you could do an episode on black mold, specifically how to kill it in areas when it keeps coming back. Also, if it's in a room, does it transfer to beds? Oh, black mold is just scary stuff. Stacky botrix, right? Is that how you say it? Stacky botrix or botics? Sorry. Black mold. Dangerous neurotoxin. Definitely not the kind of thing that you want it to be in your home at all. I do not have a source of black mold to test. I will probably not. I do not want to introduce it into my home. I do not want to purchase it lab source because you can do that sort of thing. I just don't want to do that. If I did come across it, yeah, I would definitely do stuff for it. But I do apologize for that, but I probably not going to get to black mold. It's not. Actually, a little side story. When I lived in Miami, my husband and I almost bought a house down southwest Miami is where we were living, kind of close to Homestead. Was a house, and we were getting ready to we're doing the inspection. We're at the inspection phase, and I was at work, so he went to the inspection, and the inspector found behind like the kitchen sink the pipes was loaded with black mold, and he's like, yeah, he's like, I'm gonna guess that this whole and all the walls have black mold. So we got the mold dogs. I don't know if they exist up here where I am, but in Miami, they were these cute little beagles. And they walked around the house and they sniffed, and when they alerted when they found the presence of black mold. And that house was loaded. So we pulled out of the sale and we gave the owners the report. What they did with it, I don't know. But yeah, those little dogs, they were so cute. Little beagles. They're really cute. All right, let's see. Born Again on the Mountain said, how did you get your start in the quest of cleaning products and videos? Do you have a background in science? Can you go through your cleaning routine? Boy, people are really interested in that. Do you have a daily chore chart? All right. What cleaning tools products save you the most time or were a game changer for you? Okay, so I already went over my entire academic background. So that's up there, okay? We got that already. So we point you back to that. And again, I'll do timestamps later on as to where the questions and answers are. And same with the schedule, cleaning schedule routine. I don't have one. I just don't have one. I've tried. Don't have one though. Yeah. And cleaning tools are products that were game changers for me when I first tried them. I would say, as wasteful as it is, that Clorox toilet wand, I know it's wasteful. But there's just something about it. When you got to use something quick, it's got the soap in it, or the disinfectant in it. It's fast, and I don't know, and it's clean, and it's just You throw the thing away. The Bucko, again, for me, was a game changer the first time I used it for cleaning tubs and soap scum. And I'll say these two were game changers for me when it came to cleaning my home for floors. The Bissell Crosswave that my son got me for Christmas a couple years ago, and the You Want D100, we call it mop vacuum cleaner. I love the two of those. Those to me were game changers in cleaning the floors. Because for me, floor cleaning has always been a pain. I don't know, it's my shoulder, it's the mopping, it's the moving. It's too much for my shoulder. And being able to use those, the Bissell Crosswave, I was shocked at how much crap it picked up off my floors. I was like, are you kidding me? I clean my floors. I was absolutely shocked. And so I had stopped using the Bissell so that I could get my floors really grimy and dirty again, so I could test that the You Want D100. And that too, I'm amazed every single time I use it at how much dirt it picks up. For me, those two were big tools that were big game changers for me. Love them. All right, let's see. DJM. Let's see. My question: is there a pet stain, urine, or stain remover that works better than the others that can be used on carpet or upholstery? So, I don't have pets right now. I had a dog. Don't have them anymore. I grew up with a dog. So, I do not have any suggestions on that. I believe for pet stains and urine stains, and maybe some viewers can pop in here, you'd probably want something that has a very strong enzyme breakdown. So I'm sorry about that. For urine and pet stains, I am a no help. So I do have friends with pets. I don't know. I don't think I can like get pet stain. Like, it's weird. I don't know. I'm sorry about that. As for like color stain removers, I'm still don't have a favorite. I did some stain remover tests. Someone wrote, I like Odoban. Works really well. Oh yeah, maybe Odoban. Yeah, that's a good example. I like Odoban for a lot of stuff too. Odoban is one of my favorites. I even put Odoban in my You Want the D100. You just need like a tablespoon because it's not that huge of a tank. I love Odoban. Yeah, so for stain removers, for stains, I still not like have anything that is, to me, is the best stain remover yet. Something else I can still need to look into for later. All right, let's see. Monica Maloney. The towel test reminded me a lot of laundry bacteria. So many items are supposed to be washed on cold or warm and then dried on cool or warm. Yeah, like microfiber. I think someone had said something about microfiber here. I did see the word microfiber pop up. Right, so I was wondering if there's a place where clothes can continue to exist, not damaged, right? If you need to use especially like cold water, but also be clean, focusing on not all bacteria is bad bacteria. Absolutely. Best wishes. So I'm still doing obviously lots of laundry tests, and there's a ton of variables. So I've been, I say across my legs, just using this towel setting on my wash machine so that every test I have is consistent. Because I need some sort of like consistent thing, right, that I'm doing. And I figure if I can at least keep that consistent, that helps. But I really am interested in trying to test out different water temperatures for sure. So that is something that I still have to figure out. I'd like to find something that we don't need to put in the dryer for those who want to remove the bacteria, like that. Okay, see, question come up. Scrunkly, do baby wipes kill COVID? Probably not. Baby wipes aren't registered as sanitizers or disinfectants. They're pretty mild wipes that are used to cleanse the skin and mostly to get, baby's bottom clean. So probably not. You'd have to read, the back of a lot of different disinfectants and cleaners will list what they can remove. Baby wipes, I wouldn't count on. Now, I will say, for mechanical removal of things, we have seen paper towels. I've done water and paper towels, removes a little bacteria. And that is due to probably the mechanical cleaning of the paper towel. Baby wipes do have quite a bit of grip. Might be something that I'd be interested in looking into in the future. Let's see, Odoban again, so I mentioned good. Do you have a microfiber cloth that you recommend? Not a big microfiber fan. I don't really like microfiber cloths. Out of all the ones I've used, I think the highest quality ones are Norwex. I've done the Enviro cloth test. Y'all can watch it, see the results for yourself. I would use them with a sanitizer or disinfectant, but they are super high quality, in my opinion, cloths. I have some that I've had for years. They don't rip, they don't tear. They're, they are very durable. Some are so flimsy. Some are just so flimsy. So I'm not a huge microfiber. I prefer just white cotton, like bar cloths, when I'm cleaning. Odoban Professional. Oh, enzyme breakdown. I never tested that one. That'd be interesting. Scrunkly. You have a question. Do fish get thirsty? I think I know who Scrunkly is. I don't know if they get thirsty. Maybe we'll have to make a homeschool project about that, and you can write a report and tell me what you think. All right, let's see the next person. What do we got? We've got Sage Flybaby. I know you've been on here because you're the one who said you moderate for the fly lady, and you were showing us before the times that Fly Lady was live. Awesome. So it says bacteria in pillowcases that are not washed every week as prescribed. When does the bacteria start to build up to unacceptable levels? What is an unacceptable level? It's cute. They said it can be scientifically proven that you're fabulous. Thank you. So I haven't tested the pillowcases yet, but it is definitely something that I'm going to test. I think it'll be an interesting one. Again, this is going to be like the bath towel. There are a lot of factors, right? Some people shower and wash the hair in the morning, some in the night. Some people have greasier hair. I actually don't even wash my hair every day because it's so dry lately, especially in the winter. There's a lot of variables, but pillowcase testing I think is definitely going to be an interesting one. One thing that I think pillowcases, when it comes to acceptable, unacceptable types of bacteria, I think it probably has more relevancy for, I would say like acne, skin issues, rashes. If you're starting to get acne, skin issues, rashes, ringworm, like you're starting to get things on your face, pillowcase washing is probably going to be something that you want to look into. But whether it's going to be unacceptable levels or not, I don't know how long I don't know what it's going to be yet, but we will find out because I will definitely get to that. Again, that test is going to take many, many weeks, probably months to do, especially if I do a lot of variables. So you guys got to be patient on that one. Mrs.doubtpfizer. This is from Instagram. How do you keep your skin so clear, soft, and supple? Well, thank you for noticing. I don't do much at all. I have, here are routines. I don't have a skincare routine. I do not. I know there's a lot of influencers on, I always feel like I'm saying influenza when I say influencers, that do these big skin routines, right? They're doing this, and then, they're doing this, and then, and they're showing you everything that they do. I don't. Sometimes I just wash my face with water. I do have a couple of face soaps that I have liked in the past. I actually really like doTERRA, and it is an essential oil company. I know a lot of people don't like MLMs. I did like their skincare products a lot. Really gentle, didn't make me itchy, didn't make me the skin tight at all. And I liked a couple of cleansers. It was a really nice cleanser I had used from Paula's Choice. That I did like too. If my face feels dry, I put a little moisturizer on it. Sometimes I'll just use hand moisturizer. I really don't do much. So as funny as that is, although I know I'm getting older and I definitely have some wrinkly skin, so it might be time to look into some sort of skincare routine. All right, Its.ellen.g. I saw your towel video. Where in Massachusetts or New England did you grow up? If you're comfortable, Boston, suburban Boston is where I grew up, born and raised there. What's your educational background? I answered that earlier. What made you want to do content? I went over that. What online creators are your favorite to watch? I answered that already. So sorry, it's Ellen, but those were answered previously. I think the last questions that I got were today. I hope I got all the ones that were emailed. I think I did. Sagefly lady babies here said, I asked this question because it's peak holiday season and sheets don't get done weekly in December. Oh, interesting. This normal washing returns when my energy. Yeah, no, I get that. I definitely get that. I definitely feel that. Routines, holidays are routines get thrown off. Travel, like I'm going here, I'm going there, this is happening. Absolutely. So yeah, but I will look into it. I think the pillow case in sheets is something that a lot of people are interested in. So the last questions I got was from Xander. Okay, I'll get Zaragoza now. I want to ask, how long do you let stains sit on the shirts for the laundry detergent test? Oh, good. That's a great question. So, days. I do. I let them sit for a couple days. I don't want to have a fresh stain. I want to give, when I'm doing the stain tests, I want to give them a really hard test. We want to really get at it and really see, like, what can you remove? I don't want the test to be easy. I recognize it. The stain testing that I do might even be a little too hard because I really haven't had anything that was amazing at everything. But days. I'll at least make them wait a day or two. Days, okay, wow. Yes, I'm surprised. Yeah, that they did well. Yes, I mean, for considering what was removed, they did great. Like I said, I want to make sure it's set. That's the word I want to use. The stains are set. They are set in before I do a test. Because, you can squirt ketchup on a shirt. You get to the sink fast, you're going to get a lot of it out. But if you let it sit and dry and really be on there and get into the fibers, that's when you're going to see if stain removers really do work, All right, so let's see. So Xander wanted to be here and messaged quite a bit about that. Asked me, what about viruses? Is there a way you can detect viruses? No, I can't. I can't grow viruses on a petri dish like I can bacteria. So sorry about that. Do different types of bacteria appear as different colors or textures or anything? Absolutely. So some bacteria are shiny, some are white, some are cream colored, some are yellow, some are red, some are pink, some are blue. All different colors, all different textures, all different shapes. Looking at them under the microscope, there are obviously different shapes. Some have different edges to them, some are smooth. Absolutely, all sorts of different types. Take a cool microbiology class if you want to get more detailed into this. It's always bacteria, Xander says, that you detect, and you never fungus. If not, why don't you detect fungus? Good question. So I don't detect fungus because the petri dishes that I use, the agar that I use is for bacteria. I can test for fungus. I could get, I think potato dextrose, grows fungus well. Plates, I can get them. You want to make sure that they're probably treated with some antibiotics, though, to make sure that bacteria isn't going to grow, right? Especially if you're trying to isolate and just check for fungus. It's just something I just haven't explored yet. But could I probably haven't done it yet? Not yet. What's this? What is I'm going to catch your name right. Langley. Which is your favorite non-toxic bathroom cleaner and kitchen, please? Force of Nature, I think I would go with. I think that one's considered non-toxic. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. That is probably my ultimate favorite. Force of Nature. I also really do like the Purell Professional Disinfectant Spray. That is alcohol-based. That is a really good one too. But I don't know, when people say to me non-toxic, it's hard to know exactly what kind of thing they're looking for. Some people are looking for fragrance free when they say it. Some, like, I'm gonna guess from that you're meaning things like you don't want a Lysol, a Clorox, a quat, right? Like you don't want that sort of chemical. I believe that's probably where you're going with it. So for that, I would probably go Force of Nature, Purell, even Mrs. Myers. The one I tested, what was that one? Was it Brand New Day? No, Brand New Day was. I got the wrong name. Lemon Verbena. It was Mrs. Myers. I had the bottle. I use it. It's downstairs. I use it all the time. It's just evading me the actual name of like what the cleaner is. But it's Lemon Verbena scent is one I like. That works surprisingly well. I believe that's probably considered non-toxic. The other one would be Sal Suds, if you consider that non-toxic. That actually does work pretty well. I've had people tell me about Dr. Bronner's being clogging their drains because it's coconut based. I don't use it all the time, so I don't know, but I guess the Sal Suds is better for like surfaces, and the other one, the Castile soap, is better for like your body and stuff. So, but I do know that line is considered pretty non-toxic too. When people are discussing, non-toxic cleaners. That's something that comes up quite a bit in questions and in comments where, someone, we're all curious about what works, right? We want to know what works. If I could just spray and use a paper towel, does that work? No, we tested that one. That ain't gonna work. What about if I use a special microfiber cloth, the special one, with just water? Not really. But boy, that cloth is nice, So it is kind of how we all want to know what does work. And everyone has a specific level of toxic or non-toxic that they are looking for in their life. And some people don't care. There's some people, I don't care what it is. I love my, my Lysol, I love my this, I love my that, and that's okay. Everybody has their own level. We want to meet everybody where they're at and what their comfort level is, and I'll test whatever it is, I just want to test whatever's out there, whatever products we got, let's just test them. It doesn't matter to me. I won't only test non-toxic. I won't only test commercial. I like everything. I like testing everything. I like kind of testing, what I found was interesting was like testing vinegar. So when I had my son, I joined it was called Leche League. I was breastfeeding, and it was a breastfeeding support group. And so I was new to the mommy world. I'd never had a baby before. And they were all very, the moms, they were talking about cleaning products and that. I never had given a thought to it. My dad used a lot of Simple Green in my home. We had Lysol, we had Clorox, we had Ajax, Comet. Growing up, never gave a second thought. Whatever was on the shelf, I purchased, didn't matter to me. These moms are really like, gotta use vinegar. And so I tried. Not my thing. But anyway, hold on, I just saw a question by. What do you do with the leftover detergent you test? So I will try to use everything up that I have unless I absolutely hate it. So Fabuloso right now, I believe, is the only product I just can't. I can't. And now that's been sitting in my house, in my basement. Oh, we're on year 4 now? Because I can't find myself to use it. Now I feel weird being like, oh, does anybody want this? It's been sitting in my basement. I should probably just dispose of it. But I do try to use them all up. That's why I always try to make a note of the ones that I like to purchase over and over again. Because those to me are the ones that, those are the ones that I could recommend, right? Forget those sponsor type things. I don't know if I answered the rest of that sponsorship question. How much I got paid for sponsorships. I don't. Anyway, but that's neither here nor there now. I'm trying to think of ones that I really had a hard time using. Toilet bowl cleaner ones are super easy. And sometimes if I'm not a big fan of a product, I'll just use it to clean my toilet bowl. Maybe that's just what I should do for Fabuloso. Just use it to just clean the toilet bowl and just flush it. That's bad. I know. It's just not my favorite. But that's what I do with them. I do try to use them all up. And I should say, if any of my local friends are on here, probably not many. I'll tell you, I don't think many of my in real life friends, watch my videos. I don't think they do. Um, but if you are watching and there's a product that I use and I'm like, about, you want it, come on over and take it. Let's see what this. Have you ever shared whether you've incorporated any hypochlorous acid in your life? I find it's been great clearing up skin. Excellent. Yes. So I have done the test on Force of Nature, and I've done Briotech. Actually, Briotech is sitting right here. Hold on. Because I bought a second bottle of it because I like it. Do you like Briotech? Hypochlorous acid. I do. And I like their face spray. I have a teen that struggled with a bit of the acne, as teens do, and it actually got a little bit infected, like worse than, than normal acne, like it just got infected. And so we did start using hypochlorous acid sprays. Actually, I got the one from Briotech to use. So yes, we have incorporated that quite a bit. I do like it. I think it's a I don't know what the word, a very versatile product. Yeah. Let's see if I can, I'm gonna scroll that up. Let's see. Have we become too clean? That's not for me to judge. I don't know what too clean is for you. As a society, I've seen some pretty dank people in homes that don't look very clean. There's some people that are probably way too clean and do it too much. Probably. I mean, we live with bacteria all around us. Okay? It's beneficial in a lot of places, and it can be scary in others. MRSA infections. I mean, we have people who have to have their, skin, cut off because they have bad MRSA infections or, severe. I had a friend whose husband had an intestinal MRSA infection, and he had to have a lot of his intestines removed. So, it can be scary. But as a whole, are we becoming too clean? I don't know. Who's to say? Where we're at. I think a healthy level of clean and not is fine. My house is most certainly not sterile. No way. Nope. That's not healthy either. Living completely sterile. However, I'll go back to my friend when they had chemotherapy. That's a different story, right? So that person is living in a way different way than someone maybe on a farm who is, exposed a lot more and used to a lot more of different types of bacteria and things, right? So I don't think we've become too clean, but I want to make sure that if a product says it's doing its job, it actually does it. Like, why purchase something if, okay, let's say like you think that, this cleaner says it removes 99% of bacteria, and then we find out it just doesn't. Why are you wasting your money on it? That's kind of more where I'm coming from, when I do this stuff. Let's see. Anyone else? Let's see. In your opinion, does liquid or pod detergent clean better? Ooh, good one. Oh, that is something that I definitely still need to investigate. So, I use liquid detergent my entire life. Okay, up until, I'm trying to think of how old my kids were. Maybe 8 years ago, 10 years ago maybe, when I got a sample. That's how marketing works, right? Marketing worked in this one. Tide Pods sent me a sample. And I could smell it through the packaging. And I was like, oh, no, I use free and clear everything. That's what we were doing. And I was like, this stinks. And that spring, my kids were young enough. They had LL Bean boots that have like the felt liners. And if you're a mom and you have kids with these, you know that felt liner ends up by being swamp foot. And it's dreadful. And I remember like walking by the front door where I'm like, what? Lord, what is that? So I took out all their liners of their boots, and I was like, I gotta wash them. This is bad. And at that moment, I was like, the Tide Pod, that might help, right? It can't be any worse than what I was dealing with, right? So I used the Tide Pod, and I was like, ooh, this is convenient. And they came out really clean and not a lot of after scent. And I was like, oh, maybe this isn't that bad. So I did start to use some Tide Pods because they were, what's the word I want to use? Convenient. And the scents weren't too bad. They were okay. Like they were okay. You know, they were fine. They were good to go. And I was all right with them. But do I think they all clean better? I don't know. The thing about the Tide Pods that I find is convenient is that they're measured out perfectly for you, right? So there's no user error in using them. And that's why I do use them when I'm doing my testing, because it's an easy measurable thing. I have liquid downstairs, and I actually have 2 washer machines. If y'all know that. I have 2 washers and dryers. So I'm in the above garage space, like I said, where we used to live. So you can see right behind me. There's 1 washer and dryer is in this bathroom. And then downstairs, my main house, which is that way, I have another washer and dryer. So I have liquid detergent. I have Tide Pods. Kids use them. And I have laundry sheets. My oldest son loves the force of nature laundry sheets. Now, he's a gardener, landscaper. Dirty. Like his pants, like dirt. They always come out clean. So I use a lot of different things. I don't have an opinion on which one cleans better, but it would be kind of good to compare and see. That is a good one. Sarah goes, so sorry about warning you. Oh, no. Don't worry about the scents of the fragrances of them. You know, the thing about the Mexican detergents that you mailed me, yes, in the package, you open it, it's overwhelming. But consider how many were in that box at that time and how long was that sealed up. No big deal. After washing with them, the scents dissipated. Like, it wasn't like they hung around or anything. So, no, I'm cool with that. That was fine. I'd say I was way, way too clean with my first one. I think I was too. But aren't we all, when you have a new baby and you don't know what you're doing? Right? That's okay. That's fine. Let's see. I've been in that boat. I used too much of that medical soap. It killed all the stuff, causing my skin to break out. Yeah, that can happen too. What was it? It was Hypocleanse? Hypocleanse? I don't know if it's Hypocleanse or Hypocleanse. Was every once in a while, my kids that have the really bad acne would use that maybe once every other week. And I'm like, you do not want to use this all the time. But, I just heard a noise. So we have little cone seed bugs. If you live in New England, you probably know them. People call them stink bugs, but it's not the one that's shaped like this. That's a stink bug. It's a cone seed bug. And they're kind of cute. And I have 2 that got trapped in the house, and I have to get them. I just heard them over there, and I got to get them outside. But we call them our friends. That's fine. Okay, let's see. I've tried Tide Pods. They do seem to work well. Yeah, I'd be interested in see how they help. So I've done the Tide Pod bacteria test already. That was the first one I did for laundry. And I'll go, spoiler. No, it does not. It does not remove bacteria alone. You needed the dryer for the Tide Pod. I have, and I purchased, what's it called? Tide Hygienic. I have that. That's waiting to be tested because I'm curious about that one too. But it'd be interesting. This one said I used Tide for years. Yeah, recently because of a sale. Yeah, I am guilty of buying whatever's on sale too. I bought a bunch of Purex. Yes, Purex with Oxy Power. Okay, I like it so much better. Interesting. Purex, Purex is what I used, Purex Free and Clear, years, exclusively, before I did open it up to like whatever, Tide Pods, whatever. But I'd like to probably maybe bacteria or stain test, I think maybe more, laundry sheets. Like I said, my son loves those Force of Nature laundry sheets. Loves them. I use them too. And did I buy? I think it was, for the laundry, one of the laundry stain tests I bought, Mrs. Meyer's, Method. Oh, I can't remember all the ones I did. That, Persil, Arm & Hammer. There were a couple others. And I will say, I have not finished those all yet. So the Mrs. Meyer's, I do use once in a while, especially on like my bedding, because I like the smell of it, or my clothing. The Method, I can't seem to bring myself to use, but I have to. I know I have to. That's been sitting there for a while. The Persil, is it Persil? I think it is. I can't bring myself to use it. I had to like rinse my wash machine like 2 or 3 times before that stench was gone. That's just not a good one. So I'm sorry. That's another thing that I haven't used up all the way. Let's see. Someone wrote, I can't spell. That is okay. I missed what you had said before. Oh, message retracted. No worries. No worries. Oh yeah, but the Tide. I also did just for laundry detergent bacteria ones. I think it was just the Tide Pod and the Norwex Ultra Power Plus. I like that detergent a lot too. Here's the thing. Let's talk about Norwex for a minute. Okay. Oh, hold on. Persil is, it is so strong. See, there goes, that Persil is like insanely strong. It's this little disc and it stinks. So, hey, local people, if anyone wants it, it's yours. Like for reals, because I can't. Yeah, let's talk about Norwex products for a minute. I have a love-hate relationship with Norwex. High quality microfiber cloths. Don't like their claims. I don't like their anecdotal. It's the methodology, right? They give you instructions on the packaging. You know, I read them. I'm reading the instructions. You know, wet cloth, wipe surface. Hey, it's bacteria free. Okay. However, I grab tissue. Someone will be like, a consultant will be like, actually, the way you're supposed to do it is you hold it like this, and you fold it like this, and you fold it like this, and you fold it like this. And they have this whole thing that they do, and then you write like this, and then you do it like this. I'm like, no. That's not what the product instructions say. That drives me insane. It's the anecdotal information that's passed down to consultants. I don't like that. Say how we're supposed to use the product to match your claims in the directions. So that bugs me. I liked their toilet bowl brush. That thing is robust. That's not gonna break. Like someone breaks into your house, you could grab that. Like it is robust. It is the one I got. I know they have a couple different ones. I'm like, this is heavy and strong, and it doesn't get mucky. It's like both silicone things and bristles. I have let it sit for a while. Actually, I should probably take a look at it. You know how they get, like a lot of them just get kind of mucky after a while? It doesn't. Toilet bowl, nice. But the cleaner that came with the toilet bowl, baloney, was not good. So I have a love-hate relationship with Norwex. I am always buying their products and trying them and testing them. The cleaning paste, love-hate relationship with that one. And the Ultra Power Plus, that's what I started with. Their laundry detergent, I really like it. It's a powder. So someone had asked about powders, I think. Oh, no, it was liquid. And use such a tiny amount. The bag lasts a long time. You literally use like a tablespoon or whatever. And it suds up and it cleans well. It's just expensive. And it's expensive because of their business model. And I understand that. I know they are, employing all these people instead of hiring marketing teams and putting them in store shelves. Like I get there's this, the MLM model. Like I've had conversations with people about it. Like I understand how it works and the philosophy behind it and almost the community that it creates. So I get that. But I really do like that. I think I just bought some more. So there was a Black Friday sale for Norwex. So I did just buy, I think a hand towel. It was like this fuzzy looking thing, which gave me little heebie-jeebies when I looked at it. I was like, really? You're supposed to be washing your hands on that? In a bath towel, because I am curious about it, because I do like Norwex products. And I did buy some more Ultra Power Plus because I like it myself. And I bought there was a, it had similar ingredients to the OxiClean laundry sanitizer. Really similar ingredients. I got to test that. I got to test it, because if that works as well as my OxiClean sanitizer, whew, I'm gonna have a lot of happy customers, because they are gonna need this. Let me see what else. Sorry, I'm going on a tangent here. Persil Strong, yes it is. Stain testing for nature sheets, yes. Your brother's using them, yeah, they're really good. Let's see. I've used to overclean. Yep. Because I was always getting sick. The stress of putting myself up. Yes. Yeah, easing up on cleaning routines is okay. It's okay to have some dirt in the home. So one place in the home that I am very I don't know what the right word is, militant about, always making sure I clean. I probably overclean, and my family will tell me, yes, they will. They will. They will tell me I overclean this, is when I'm doing raw meat. The counter, the sink, I overdo it. I know I do. But that's because I had a horrible food poisoning once. My little story time. I think my oldest son was like 5 months old, and I had someone, I'm not gonna say who, came over to cook us dinner. Yeah, yeah. And I got insane food poisoning. It landed me in the hospital. Bloody diarrhea. I mean, it was uncontrollable. I was in the hospital for a week at least, and then I was sick for months after. So I am a little extra cleaning when it comes to handling of meat, and I know it. Yeah, my boys will probably make fun of me. They could probably do a whole skit, Mom, when it comes to taking raw meat and cleaning after raw meat. Have you tried the Swedish cloths? No. But my youngest asked me that recently. Christmas is coming. I haven't. I think those are the really thin microfiber ones, right? They're supposed to be like paper towel replacement ones. Definitely on my radar. I definitely should test those, or at least try them myself. So there goes. Oh, the personal discs didn't even dissolve properly. I don't like the discs. I didn't like them. Those are just, they're awful. Awful. Older personal detergent's different. Oh, interesting. Had lipase. Yeah, so that's an enzyme. So if it ends in ASE, that's an enzyme. Interesting. Not a fan of MLMs. Yeah, I did do an MLM for a little bit. I really liked their products. But I didn't do it their way. And so if you're familiar at all with the model, uplines and up levels don't really like it when you don't do things their way. I do things my way. Yeah, so it wasn't really wasn't very anything. It didn't really go anywhere, but that's okay. I have a steam cleaner that I use to clean my house. Okay, so steam cleaner, I have, I've tested the Bissell Steam Shot. Read the directions on it. I know my Bissell was you had to hold the stream on the same spot for like 15 seconds or whatever, 8 seconds there's a time before you could move it. And if you're doing a space that's even this big, it's going to take you a minute or longer to get to the whole thing. For me, if it's a very small spot that you're going to be steaming, maybe, or sticky substances, I think that's great. The Shark steam mop, I tested that one too, and that was the same thing. It was like you had to go over it, I think it was like 15 times, the same spot, before any of its claims were, that before their claim was met. Not a big fan of it. I think steam has such great potential, right? Because it is, you want to talk about a non-toxic cleaner. If you could really just use steam, the other thing is steam can delaminate. So if you are using it on surfaces that, we call it kitchen counters, like I had laminate countertops up here because it was above the garage space. We knew we weren't going to live here for a long time. So, you worry, like if you're using steam on it over time, that's not going to be good. So just be cautious with the steam and read those directions to see how long you're actually supposed to use it for their things. What are your opinion on Scrub Daddy, Scrub Mommy? Oh, I like them. What did I say? One of my viewers mailed me a Scrub Daddy. God, I wish I could remember who it was. It was like 4 years ago. I feel bad I can't remember who it was. I did like them. I did like them. I like how it can get harder or be softer. I like that. I purchased the scrub. Did I do a video on the Scrub Mommy one? The cleaning paste? Geez, now I don't remember if I actually did a video on it. I think I did. Losing track. I like the Scrub Mommy. So it's got the sponge side and then the hard side with the paste. That, my husband likes to make big batches of tea, like iced tea, with plenty of sugar. And he has like, stainless steel, our quart, not probably big in a quart, like the saucepan, the big saucepan, and he makes his big batches of tea, but it stains. And, he's cleaning it out. And I'm over time, I'm like, I gotta do something about that. That's the paste with the Scrub Mommy. It was gone. It was like a brand new pot. I thought that was really good. But I have used that. I do like them. Bacteria-wise, I don't know. I have not tested them, though. But for general cleaning, right? So we're talking about removing dirt, grime, grease. I do think they're good. I do like them. Let's see. You can't overclean after doing raw meat. See, that's how I feel. Chicken, meat, no. The kids, yeah. My sister's the same way. So my sister and I are like about it. And everyone else makes fun of us, but I'm not going to get sick. I'm not going to get contaminated because when you talk about putting like a Thanksgiving, it always comes up. Okay, always comes up. Thanksgiving time. I'm going to put the turkey in the sink and rinse it, and then the water spray. I'm like, you have to remove everything that is around the sink. You just cleaned these dishes and put them in a rack, inches from the sink, right? The dish dry rack. That all has to be removed completely if you're going to put any poultry in that sink. So I was watching, it was a news story. It's like, on the news, it was before Thanksgiving, talking about how warning people not to rinse their turkey in the sink. But they didn't get to the point. It's because you can spray the bacteria places and it gets on everything. So yes, thank you for feeling that way. It is not just me. So your uncle had food poisoning from peeling raw meat. Yeah, exactly. Like, you got to be careful. You like the Swedish cloths. I got to get my hands on them. Do you like microbrand spray? Ooh, interesting. I love the smell. I had one. I tested one. Again, this is one of the first videos I made was microbrand. I should probably revisit microbrand. I should revisit it. Microbrand, oof. What I don't like is that it supposedly puts a film on your surfaces to, repel the bacteria for a certain amount of time. Not a big fan of that. I don't like that idea. I need to look more into, well, what is it? Is it a nanoplastic? Like, what are you putting on the surface? Should we be like stripping it off afterwards? Is it just a chemical that over time, maybe it's encapsulated in something and just takes a longer time to evaporate and disappear? I mean, I guess that's possible. I don't know its mechanism. I should look into it, but I did like the smell of it. I remember when I was testing, I was like, there was something about it I did like, the scent of the one that I had. So microbrand I'm up and down on. I've seen things I've purchased treated with microbrand. How long is it sticking around then? If the spray, I'm a little, I feel like it almost introduces too much chemical into our lives, and then I'm not one of these, natural only things. I'm pretty mediocre. I use a little Lysol. I use a little, just soap and Castile soap. I'm kind of in the middle here. But yeah, so microbrand, I'm kind of not 100% concerned of. I don't care for the idea that it coats it with something. And then you're getting that on your hand and then you're eating. Babies touch it? I don't know. So I'm not 100%. So Swedish cloths are kind of thick in like a mix between, that's right, a sponge and a paper towel. You can reuse them because we can use them, because they're right, and they toss and get worn out. Yeah, I gotta look into the Swedish ones. Yeah, so the thicker paper towels. So the reusable paper towels that I did test was, what was the name? Fantastic Clean? They were a really nice company to work for too. Remember I was talking about the sponsorship stuff earlier. Their approach to me was very sweet. They had watched a lot of my videos. and knew what I was about. They knew how I tested. And I really like that about them. So, but those are more like microfiber flimsy. And I feel like this is a more stiff paper towel type. I think I have seen it, but I definitely need to look into them. Still a fan of hypochlorous cleaners. Absolutely, Hawkeye. Love them. I am a big fan of hypochlorous cleaners. I love Force of Nature. So Force of Nature, when I did my first video, they saw it years later and reached out to me. And so I did the second video sponsored by them. They gave me a whole new kit and a link. So you could purchase stuff, you know, and I could get some, how did they do it? At the time, they changed it. I was able to get like a free pack of the capsules once a month, because I had so many people clicking on that link. And then they changed it. And now I don't even know. I should probably log on and see. I don't even know. I think it's a certain couple of dollars off. It's not as good as it used to be. But anyway, it's neither here nor there. I do love hypochlorous acid. I do use Force of Nature. I make it all the time. I use it for everything. And I was just showing just a few moments ago, I do also, BrioTech just happened to be sitting next to me. I've purchased this again. A viewer mailed this to me, and I've purchased it again on my own. And my kids have used BrioTech, which is hypochlorous acid face spray for acne. And I've used, oh, you know what the other part of hypochlorous acid I've used? The BrioTech, it's called Surface and Air. I have one over there. I just want to like run away from the camera for a minute. And I have put it in a diffuser when kids have been really sick to prevent the spread. I don't know if that's okay to do. No, it is. It's called Surface and Air. So I think you're supposed to put it in like, what do you call those things? Like a humidifier or something. But I do still really like it. Yeah, so let's see. You don't need to wash your poultry, Zarkles. Yes, I know. I don't wash my poultry. I don't do it. I just undo the package and put it in the pan or whatever. My sister and I share lots of meat and chicken stories because we just do. It's just you know, it's just part of our who we are. And yeah, I don't rinse chicken and the poultry. And one of the reasons why is because of the contamination spray. Like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? I don't know. Let's see. Chicken in the sink. Yes, it's a no. My mom used my salad spinner bowl to defrost her turkey. No. Sorry, you tossed it. Yeah, yeah, that's no. That's a big no. Why? Ugh, sorry about that. Yep. You don't like Lysol spray because it leaves a film. Interesting. So, but I bought Lysol spray to do a test. I use it in conjunction with an upholstery cleaner test. Not a huge Lysol spray fan. Big fan of Lysol wipes and big fan of the spray pump. Mostly because it has, I think it's a 15 second sit time. And again, like I will do the 5-minute sit time. I will. Like if a product says that's what it is, I will do it. But I feel like the Lysol being able to do it that quick is probably better for most people because that's more like spray and wipe, you know? Yeah. So leaving a film, that's interesting about the spray. I'm thinking you're talking about the aerosol spray. Can you show us where to get everything so we can test our own homes for germs? That'd be a great video. So I've been asked this hundreds of times. And I will say this. Take a microbiology class. Work in a lab. Learn how to properly handle them. Handle the microbes. I am not going to teach anyone how to do this. I am not going to tell you my lab supplier to get them. Because I really feel you should have at least a school background in it before you do it. I have seen, oh my God, I've watched videos. Oh my God, it was, I think it was Norwex. Was it Norwex? A rep? I watched a cleaning video, we'll just say. I don't remember what product it was, but it was definitely like an MLM type product. And she's showing her whole petri dish thing. And I wish I had a petri dish I know I have one in there that doesn't have anything in it. They have covers on them, okay? They're covered, right? You see, I open up the cover. Actually, I can grab one so I can show you. Hold on. I'll be right back. Okay. All right. Here I am. Okay. I said hop over to the. Okay. So here's a petri dish. There's nothing in this. This is fine. This is no bacteria. I haven't swabbed anything in it. So let me show you how it looks. So there's a cover, bing, that comes off. So what you see is when I'm swabbing is I'm holding it like this in front of the camera. I'm standing behind my camera and I'm swabbing it, right? So that you can see so that's what you're seeing. Then what I do is I mark it. I mark it with my Sharpie here on the back side, okay? You don't want to mark the cover because the cover can spin and move and then you'll never know what your sections are. So you mark the back of it, okay? So you can see, okay? And this is like a jelly-like substance. That's what agar is. It's like a jelly substance. This one's a little dried out. It's been sitting out. I was going to do something I didn't. But anyway, it doesn't matter. So why would I want to show you this? Oh, the cover. The lady. Yeah, the lady. So she has her dishes that she's done all this swabbing with. And she's had them sit for way too long. Okay, and they are loaded with stuff. And she goes like this, opens it, and she starts talking about all the bacteria in here. Once this cover goes on, after you swab, this cover doesn't come off. Okay? I'll teach you that, I guess. Okay? And so if you don't have a basic microbiology course, you shouldn't be doing it. Okay? Because there's more to it than just, oh, look, that's cute, she's swabbing. Like, there's more to it. There's definitely safety things that you're doing. There's a way to dispose of them. There's all sorts of stuff. But anyway, I do want to show you that because some people say to me, I noticed when you're holding it, it was this side, but I'm like, first of all, it's cameras, right? Because I'm holding it, I'm standing behind the camera, I'm swabbing it, and then you're facing me, and then it's like, then I'm imposing a photo. So yes, the sides might look mixed up, but I mark the back, I take the cover off, I do the swabbing, and it's only off for a very quick second. Like I'm as fast as I can. You don't want, and I never talk. You never speak over a petri dish, because then that's contamination. That's why I have the little control part. It's not really control. It's more of a contamination control is what it is. Because what if I sneezed or what if I talked or someone said something to me and you want to make sure that everything's clean. Or what if the petri dish itself was contaminated? Always good to have a spot where nothing is swabbed. Anyway, so I have watched videos of people who have done it, and it gives me the heebie-jeebies. So anyway, so as much as I think it would be fun to be able to share that with people, I do think you need to have some proper training in it before you do it. But do you clean your vacuum filter? Absolutely. So my Shark Navigator, I have replacement ones for it too. I buy the generic ones. Those can be, it's like a sponge filter, and so it's a sponge filter, and then the top has like a clothy, more fibrous, I don't know what the right word is, filter. So yes, those can be washed in my sink, and I do that, or I soak them out in the hose outside. Absolutely, I do wash my filters. Any filter that can be, if you have a vacuum cleaner and you're curious if it should be cleaned, you should look at your user manual, and you look at the maintenance section, and then they'll be able to tell you if it's a type of filter that can be washed or can't be washed, because some can't be. Some are just plain like bang out or replace, and some can be washed. So I most certainly do. Let's see, anything else? Let's see. What to use Briotech spray for? So this guy, so it's just a, household hard surfaces. This guy's a hard surface spray. This is more my meat kitchen sink. I have a butcher block counter downstairs in my kitchen. This guy. So, but if I'm doing raw meat, we'll go back to raw meat, guys. I'm washing it first with Palmolive dish soap. So I'm doing soap cleaning first, right? Then the sanitizing, disinfecting with the BrioTech. The other thing I'll use BrioTech for is my teens have used their formula of BrioTech topical skin spray for acne. And the air surface one for inside a diffuser. I've just been experimenting with that a little bit. I don't want to be like, we have to have a germ-free home. That's not where I'm at. I have a kid who has to have surgery soon, and it's kind of really important that he doesn't get sick right now. So I'm kind of experimenting with different ways that maybe we can keep that down, you know. But I do like the BrioTech. It's really good. Let's see. Salad spinner. Yep. Lysol wipes. You don't like them. I do like my Lysol wipes. That's one thing I do like. Hold on, let me see. Oh, Xander, you made it. I did answer your questions, okay? So they are in there. I'll do timestamps later. Good to see you here, bud. Let's see. Let's see. You're the expert. I don't know about that. We're learning here. You know, we're all learning together. An extra, oh yes, extra fill. That's a great comment, Tammy. Yes, so I think it's good to have extra vacuum cleaner filters because they can take some time to dry. Some are very thick and will take a couple days to properly dry. So it is good to have one that you can, a dry one and a wet one, you know, one that's being washed and one that's being used. And it takes time. I mean, it takes, I don't know, a couple months at least for them to get really dirty. I know I have to clean my shock one now. I know I do. It's been too long. And it's really, yeah, it's loaded. It's ready to go. Yeah. I have a Dyson. Oh, a Dyson every 3 months. Okay, yep. I don't have a Dyson yet. Dyson is one of those vacuum cleaners too that if they ever were to reach out to me, I'd be more than happy to test one. But yeah, I don't have a Dyson yet. I have my Shock Navigator that I really do love. I really do love. I like it a lot because you can take the whole thing apart and clean it. Which is great because, you know, I did a whole video on I am the vacuum cleaner. Because we have to clean our vacuum cleaners or they will not be able to clean for us, right? What else do I have for vacuum cleaners? I have a Roomba. I have a Shock robot one that's got the big housing, so it goes in. That was a housewarming gift for my papa. I have, the Aerobros, which kind of my favorite. I have the Jigu cordless that they gave me to do a review on, which my middle son loves, and I do like it. I have that little Yonder, lightweight, featherweight. Haven't been using that as much, but I do like it. It's very lightweight, good for stairs because it's so lightweight. I do have a lot of vacuum cleaners. I have a Bissell stick. A lot of vacuum cleaners. My husband's always like, is this another vacuum cleaner? I'm like, yep. And then I had the Crosswave and the U1 D100, which are both technically vacuum cleaners, just mop vacuum cleaners. I really love them all. Yes, I do. I do. So I like the Shock robot one. Cleans really well, like sucks things up really well. But its navigation is like, it's like a little drunk robot. You know, it's got the map. I say, go to this room. I just need these 2 rooms cleaned. And I put it on, clean these 2 rooms on the app. And all of a sudden it's like, and it just goes over here and it goes over there and it goes over there. I'm like, oh. So if I just say clean, it usually does fine. It does everything. The Aerobros, that one has the best navigation. I could be like, go over here to this room, clean this room. It's like, boop, on my way. Goes right over there, does all the cleaning, comes back. So that one I'm actually really impressed with his navigation still. I use that one a lot. The Roomba I've had for a long time. That one I usually end up by just kind of putting in I only have one room with carpet in our house. That's my youngest son's bedroom. He wanted carpet. Fine. Everywhere else it's flooring. So that one I'll put in there and just let it do its thing in there. Let's see. Xander, what is the channel owner's name. My name is Linda. You can call me Linda. You can call me Field of Focus. You can call me Fof. My kids call me Fof because they think it's funny. Anything's fine with me. Miss Focus, you're very sweet. Did you see the questions? I did see your questions and I did answer them. So when this goes to be more, when I'm finished with the live, I turn off and it turns into a regular video, I will make some timestamps. I need a little time to do it, to rewatch the video and do timestamps for it. But yes, I did get your questions. Let's see. Do you have a recommendation for removing mold in RV awning? Ooh, interesting. So that'd be a fabric-y type material, or is it vinyl-y? If it's vinyl, I guess a scrubby brush. And first, I clean almost everything. If it's a tough kind of mess, my first instinct is to go with the soap first. Like, we're going to clean it. We're going to get rid of dirt. We're going to get rid of grime first. Mold, I haven't tested mold stuff, so that is something I did mention before. I haven't tested molds. Not a big fan of mold either. Now, I always hear controversial things about, do you use bleach for mold? Do you not use bleach for mold? I actually don't know what the best thing is to remove mold. My husband had a project car that had, I don't know if it was mold, on the, it was like a soft top convertible crashed car, just project car. And I think I gave him Force of Nature for that. I think so. So I'm not 100% certain what I would use. I would probably start first with just soap and water. And just see, is it dirt? Let's just make sure we get all the dirt out of the way, all the grime out of the way, and then try to treat it. Always, if it's especially colored, you want to check for color safeness first, because you don't want to destroy your awning. You know, the coloring, not very up, I guess, on mold removal. Xander, is there a lot of bacterial and fungal growth inside a refrigerator? There can be. I've never swabbed inside my refrigerator. I don't know if I want to. There could be, absolutely. Absolutely, there could be. So that's a really good question. That's a good one. I just deep cleaned my fridge because I was having a family party here Saturday. I had my family. I host a big family Christmas party once a year up here. My whole family's here, so I've literally just deep cleaned my fridge. So let's let it get nasty. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to let it get gross. I'll try to let it get gross. Oh no, you know what I could do? I have a second refrigerator, but I keep it really clean because I can make petri dishes in it. We'll look at it. Definitely put it on my list. Yes, the channel owner's name is Linda. That is my name. That is my name. What is my accent? I was born and raised in Boston, and I live in Maine now. Yes, Boston accent. You got it. You got it. I'm Australian. You love the accent. Thank you. Thank you. So this is funny, because when I put my camera on, and I'm just doing this on my cell phone, but you know, I have my camera set up, and you know, I sit down, and I'm like, okay, I gotta stop. I almost put on like teacher voice. Like, I don't know if that makes sense to you, right? Like, you know, hi everybody, today's focus is right, because like, you know, so I'm not like performing, but like, you know, I gotta get in the mode, I gotta get in the zone, because it helps me not ramble, right? Because right now on this live, oh my God, it's been 133 minutes. It's a long time. It's over 2 hours. I'm rambling, I'm talking, we're doing this, we're talking about that, tangent here, tangent. But when I get in my mode of like field of focus voice, okay, I tend to say things, you know, more. I don't want to have my videos being boring for people, or that's something that I dislike, is when I watch a video and I'm like, oh my God, stop talking. Do you do that? Am I the only one that does that? I say, oh my God, just stop. Get to the point. So I try really, really hard. I try so hard to just try to keep it succinct and keep talking and have my professional voice on. Every once in a while, though, my Boston will slip out, you know, is what it is. But I do my best. Let's see. I'm glad you do like my accent, though. Wow, that's right. Scroll through all these things. My goodness. I have a broom. Thank you for videoing the towel laundry. You're welcome. I grew up with 1 towel per week, lie flat on the shower curtain rod. Yeah, you know, when we moved into where I am now, so I'm above my garage. So we built our garage, and then we lived in the garage for a couple years, about 5 years, maybe 3.5 years before we started building the house, which is attached. And so we have 1 bathroom for 5 people. And I'm like, how am I going to hang all those towels? So we bought one of those curtain rods that has like the extra the double curtain rod in the front, so you can hang towels there. They seem to dry fine, honestly. There, your awning is white. Yeah, try soap first. I would. We'll have to look up really mold, because there's, oh, you know what? I bet there's mildew, mold, outdoor patio furniture type cleaners. There's got to be something. I'm just not well versed on mold. Did you have a career in microbiology? So I did go through my whole entire like education and career probably like an hour ago. Sorry guys, this is long. I've taught microbiology lab and was a TA with microbiology labs, but my degree, I have a master's in biology with a specialization in neurobiology. So that's the study of the brain and the spinal cord. But I do have a lot of lab experience otherwise. Let's see. I'm glad you do enjoy my accent. So when it slips out, I won't make myself. Sometimes I make myself like re-record a spot if I feel like I'm accenting too much. But I'm glad you guys don't mind, so I can just let it go. Let's see. I tried to watch a video on Italian genealogy, and it lasted 6 minutes because the vlog was exactly. So I tried to make now this live. We're rambling. This has been 2 hours and 15 minutes. We're rambling, and that's why I'll do timestamps. We're on ramble right now, but I don't. My other videos, I try really hard not to do that. I do. Do your Boston family and friends to call you Linda? Linda, interesting. No, they call me Linda. But that's cute. Let's see. Recently watched a video about flushing a toilet. Oh yeah, the lid up and lid down. Yes, felt you did an excellent job. Thank you about that. One thing I do struggle with in my videos is how much footage to show. I try so hard to zip through it as fast as I can. Right? I speed it up. You see me take my petri dish and I'm like, right, so fast. You do not see how long it actually takes. I'm taking my time. I'm swabbing that slow. I'm taking my time. You see it sped up for a quick, like 2.5 seconds, right? I did a video, one of my first ones. I actually ended up by deleting it because it was just, it got so much hate. It was one of my first videos, and I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And I didn't show every swab I did, right? So I was like, so I showed like the sample of this is how I'm going to swab the kitchen counter. Great. And then in the result, I was like, here's a kitchen sink, the kitchen sink drain, the toilet. I did a couple of different parts. I think I did a faucet here. I did a couple of different things. And it was just like inundated with, how are we supposed to know that's what you did? And I'm like, oh, you know, we didn't see you do that. Are you sure? You know, it was all that like, well, so I'm like, wow, okay. So then I started showing, fine, I'll show you every swab I do. But what I don't show you is all the duplicates and triplicates that I do, right? You don't need to see all the extra stuff afterwards, right? You just need to see, I'm swabbing this, I'm swabbing that. Good. But then with this towel one, and now the toilet one, because that's starting to get a lot of views, I'm getting people emailing me, DMing me, like telling me like pretty harshly, like, we don't want to see that. And so I just say, fast forward then. So I'm going to show you some of the footage. Now the towel washing one, I didn't even show you every day swapping it. I had most of it filmed, but I was like, you know what? It's going to get a little, you know, too repetitive. If for, was it 12 days, you see me every time swabbing, you know, in my pajamas half the time doing it. I'm like, whatever, I'm just trying to do this, gotta get this done in the morning, you know. So I have a bit of a pull between how much stuff I should be showing and how much I shouldn't be showing. So I try to do a sped up version of it in the center with music so that you can fast forward through it if you really don't want to see it. But if you fast forward through it, don't you ask me questions about what I did or how I did it, because I just showed you. You know, that's kind of how I feel about it, you know? Anyway. Hello from Sweden. What is this live stream about? Oh, there's a Q&A for my channel, and I've been on for over 2 hours, so I'll probably be wrapping it up in just a few minutes, actually. Um, let's see, what else? Xander said something. I know I saw it. Video is about disinfecting your house. Yes, about it. Yeah, what I do on my channel is I bacteria test different cleaning products to see how well they remove bacteria. So if a product claims that they remove, 99% of bacteria in your house, do they really? So I'll swab an area, put it on a petri dish, clean the area, swab it again, put it on a different side of the petri dish so we can see how much bacteria is on the surface before and after cleaning. And I do other stuff too. I do vacuum cleaners and showers cleanings and all that stuff. Anyway, so yes, I do appreciate that, Dorothy, for taking my time to do the test correctly. I do my best too. I just don't want to inundate people with a lot of extra footage they don't want to see. So I'll probably be paring it down a little bit. I've had people send me emails like, "Who's your editor? I want to talk to them." I do everything. I don't have a team. People ask me a lot who my team is and how come I'm not thanking my team. That's something else that people ask me about. It's just me. It's just me. And that's why when my family member had their medical emergency, everything stops because it's just me, Do you have a list of a top everything for each category? Mop, solution, antibiotic. So I did a video on, it was a while ago, on products that I use over and over again. So that is the one that you would want to look at. So those are the things that I like and I will purchase again and again. So I do have that. I don't remember the last time I did it. So I'm sure there's more products now. Probably not a bad idea to update that. I feel like I don't remember how long ago that was. But that's where you can kind of at least get a kind of rundown of what I use and so that's really things that I like. Let's see what else. New, haven't cut up all the videos yet. That's cool. That's fine. Welcome. Have you done one on how well the robot vacuum cleaners sanitize the floors? So a vacuum cleaner isn't going to sanitize your floors. It's going to suck up dirt. They're not meant to sanitize. They're meant to pick up dirt, grime, hair. They're not meant to sanitize floors. But I do have a video on the Shark Steam Mop sanitizing a floor because they actually claim it can remove bacteria. The Cedar Spin Mop because they claim it. Because it's what they make a claim. So if they make a claim, I'll test it. And what else? There was another one. Oh, the Bissell Crosswave Hard Floor Sanitizer Solution. So if you're talking about removing bacteria from floors, you're more talking about mopping, not so much vacuuming. But I do love my robot vacuum cleaners. So I'm going to stay on for how about this? We'll do 8:30. I'm going to cut it. That'll be 2.5 hours. That's a long time, guys. And I'm really happy to have you all here. It's so nice. I have felt so bad that I haven't been able to take the time to actually do the swabbing and make the videos because I'm so not in my house all the time. But to be able to come on and do this, it helps. At least it helps us connect. I get to answer your questions. Actually, really enjoying this. So I hope you enjoy this. Sorry, I meant robot with mop attachment. With the mop attachment. So the only one that I have two. Hold on. Okay. With mop attachments. One, my husband got this for me. 15 years ago, 18 years ago. It was called the Mint way back when. Oh, I wish it was within arm's reach so I could show it to you. It was one of the first robot vacuum mops. And he knew I was stressed with young babies. I think at the time I only had 2, and I think I was pregnant with my 3rd. And it was amazing. It had this little cube that would map out your ceiling and then send it to the robot. So it knew what your ceiling looked like. And it just did a pattern back and forth, bumped into things. And so it wasn't, it was interesting. And so that had a wet mop feature. Never bacteria tested it because that was so long ago. I don't even know if it still works. I should see if I can find it and try it again. I love it. I did love it. The other one I had that has a mop feature is the Aerobros. And it has the mop tank and a little pad. They make no claims, so I did not bacteria test it. I could probably do it. It's just a little microfiber cloth, and you can put whatever you want inside the tank. I did not actually test that, just because it wasn't one of the claims, and they were one of the companies that I actually really enjoyed working with sponsorship wise. They're really sweet. Please don't want to leave. You want to talk more? Well, I am. Oh, you have a mint too, dude. Mint. Okay, so then mint became, what did it become? Brava. I think the Brava. Someone bought them, and I really liked it. So the thing is, dry, it was just like a Swiffer. It's just a microfiber. So it wasn't a vacuum. It was just like a Swiffer, like static, you know, just picking up. But the mopping was like a wet microfiber mop pad, which had water or cleaner that wicked onto it. It was very fun. It was very fun. I wonder if there's a separate insert that's easy to clean that can replace the airframe pot insert. The air, hold on. Oh, the air fryer. Oh, yeah. So my air fryer. Okay. So I like Ninja products. I just bought another one. I have the Ninja Foodie, like the spaceship one. That pot's easy to clean. Okay. I think it's easy to clean. It's like ceramic, I think. I think it's easy to clean. The top part can be kind of hard to clean because it doesn't come off easily. The other one I have is the Ninja Foodie grill. Again, my pans come out, so I can wash those pretty good. Again, the top part can come out on that one to clean. Mine's really dirty right now. And the other one I have a hard time cleaning is the oven, the air fry oven. Like it's the convection oven. That one I struggle with big time to clean, and I love it so much. So I do wish there was an insert we could put in. Or I wish they made it out of a more robust material that could take a scrubbing. You know what I mean? Or it could be taken apart. Yeah, like wouldn't that be good if you could just like slide it out, break it apart, clean it, and slide it back in? Ninja, hire me. Okay. Anyway, and I just bought for my husband for Christmas, the Ninja slushy machine. Okay, yeah. So, yeah. Not that I wanted one. Let's see. Is it okay to wear an adult diaper just to avoid bathroom trips? Okay, now going to, can't tell if you're being sarcastic or rude or if you're actually concerned about like an elderly person. So I am not in the health aid industry, so I will leave that alone here, okay? So if you need to avoid bathroom trips, I don't know. I mean, if you're saying it out of like, I literally have an incontinence problem and I need to drive long distances, I don't know much about them, but I'm sure it's okay for once in a while. Let's see. All right. So I think, let's see. That's what I have. You just got, oh, do you have the slushy machine? I really like Ninja food cooking products. It's really made, I think, cooking in my life a lot easier, and actually my kids, they've really gotten more into cooking, and they're really energy efficient. So my husband has these little monitors on our, what do you call it? Circuit breakers. So remember, we built our house, so we have access to all this stuff. And so he can see how much electricity is being used from each circuit. So we can kind of see like, well, what's taking a lot of, what's taking a lot of the, the energy up. My electric oven stove, it takes so much energy, but the little Ninjas don't. They don't take that much. And so I really do. I feel like they're energy efficient. They're not heating up this huge space. I really like them a lot. Yes, it would be great if you could take it apart. The grease crap, yeah. I agree. The steel wool is going to ruin it. And so if you're talking about like the spaceship, the spaceship one, that pot, I actually just ordered a replacement pot because I've had it for like 6-7 years. So I actually just bought a replacement pot. And if you want one, you should buy one soon because they're discontinuing the spaceship. I love it though. If I get a real sticky, icky thing in there, I do spray it with Force of Nature. Or I'll make a batch of Force of Nature and just spray it in there. Pour it in there and leave it for a little bit, and it usually comes up a lot easier. Anyway, so we are just about at 8:30, so I'm going to give you all a big, big, big thank you for being here with me. and I will do my best to watch this back and try to throw some timestamps in for people who are going to rewatch it. Really thankful to have you all here. I absolutely love making these videos, and I will get back into making more soon. Again, I appreciate your patience with me while we're trying to navigate, you know, taking care of the family out of state, and now my son who's going to have surgery. So it's definitely a challenge right now, but we'll, don't worry, we'll get back here. I really appreciate it. So have yourselves a good night, good night, good night, good night, and you're very, very, very welcome. Thank you guys. Now I gotta figure out how to close this. How do I stop? I'm so new at all this. All right.